10% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket, just like our customer Jaron.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my Cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to Cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See store for details.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and More. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Priced so amazingly low.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, presented by the official beer of the NFL. Bud Light, I'm Ben Brust. He's Kyle Wallace. No Brad Nortman, Chris Larson running the show. You can get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. No text line. That is down. And we're excited now to be joined by Rutledge and not Hamilton. As per usual, it is Jim Rutledge and Chris Orr. Fellas, good day.
It's we call it Rutledge and or Hamilton.
Yeah, so or Hamilton.
That's just the new name of the show.
Been adopted now.
It'll be and or Hamilton.
So, at what point do you add Chris to graphics and imaging?
That is true.
That's more of a hall monitor decision.
Well, then you're not going to get a decision.
Well, it's not shouldn't be a decision. That's more like his job. Like I came up with the name, and Chris is the talent, and Matt's the talent. But then someone's got to do their job. What else does Jesse do if he's not working on the imaging and everything?
Man, this why
so,
everybody
can I take a timeout? Timeout. I'm going to take a big timeout. Jim Rutledge, I will give you the floor because all Kyle hears is me complain about Jesse. Kyle's never worked directly with Jesse. Can you please enlighten him?
It's been wonderful.
Oh, good Lord, you've been swindled.
Well, how long have you worked with Jesse? Because, that's really it. Wilde and Tausch complain about him all the time. Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo complain about him all the time. Everyone complains about him all the time.
Alex Stroh, Ryan Wollersheim.
Yeah. So,
yeah. My only interactions I have when I need to get set up in Madison for something, Jesse took good care of me. He sends me. If I need directions somewhere, Jesse takes care of me.
Here's what we know about Jesse. He is good at playing the game.
He's a showman.
Yes. So he knows that
Hugh Jackman, huh?
The big Kyle Wallace is coming. Oh, we got to have everything set up. So he reports back to Brian D to make sure everything was great. Ben Brust, Rutledge, whatever. Who are they going to tell? Who are they going to complain to? The audience? Nobody listens.
Well, I'm glad my title actually means something around here. I'm glad when my title pops up and I email him, when he sees content director, I'm glad he actually does something for me. He's been a great help for me and the truth. So thank you to Jesse. I'm not going to call you all.
What the hell has Jesse done for you?
Well,
his job. That's the thing. That's the bar you've set for him. Jesse did his job.
Thank you. Well, Jesse's been wonderful. He's done what he's supposed to do.
Y'all make it seem like he doesn't. So, I just, I have nothing negative to say about Jesse, but I do look forward to seeing him in a Speedo when he jumps into Lake Michigan.
Oh, Jesse's just doing that?
I'm going to make him.
Is that safe for his health? Jesse's still recovered from the gout. Is this safe for him?
Wait, he had the gout? Jesse, how old is Jesse?
Yeah,
is it gout for like 70-year-olds?
Well, Bobby Hill had the gout as a child because and Jesse Nelson's just a grown-up Bobby Hill. So I'm just saying we gotta watch out for.
That's pretty perfect.
I have not heard you say that before. I love that.
The
now,
Bobby
Jim
Hill
Rutledge,
line is hilarious.
Jim Rutledge and Chris Orr join us on a little crosstalk here. Kyle Bruston Nortman and Rutledge and or Hamilton. Right? I did that right?
Yep.
So for you guys, who's stealing the show? Patrick Mahomes, Jordan Love, or Taylor Swift / Travis Kelce?
I think if Taylor Swift shows up, Taylor Swift.
I mean, she's showing up.
Yeah,
is it confirmed that she's going to be there?
Matt LaFleur mentioned that he heard that she's showing up.
Yeah. I guess that means she's coming.
So a little backstory here. So
Taylor
one,
Swift.
and I've said this before, but my college roommate, he works for the Chiefs, so I'm going to get some Chiefs gear before the game. He's coming out. He's going to hook me up with some of it. Maybe even an autographed stuff. So maybe it'll be Kelce, maybe it'll be Mahomes. So I'm already in on the Chiefs part of it. Was my setup there. I like the Chiefs. I got the chance to see. I always forget.
All right.
So I'm setting it up. I like Mahomes. I'm looking forward to him balling out. But if Taylor Swift is there,
it's Taylor Swift.
It's Taylor Swift.
Because they're gonna feed that anyway. The NFL, they got all the backlash from people saying all right, yes, it's big. Get her out of there. Get her out the screen. We want to watch the game still. They still can't help. You can't help but to mention.
You can't help yourself.
Now,
Green
Bay's
Kyle
big
thought of
T-Swift
this.
space.
Yeah, and it's Green Bay.
That's pop. That's broke. That's pop country capital of the world.
Yeah.
Wait. Time out. Repeat that. You said Green Bay's pop
country. Say pop country. Like Taylor Swift would sell out Lambeau
country.
Field in a heartbeat. Taylor
Swift would sell out anywhere in a heartbeat.
Right, but I mean, but they're Luke
Before
Bryan,
she was on the
Morgan
Eras
Wallen,
tour.
they're bro country. She's obviously not a bro, so it's pop country. They don't like good. What's the guy? Walker Hayes. That's.
Now you're just naming names.
But that's the Applebee's song guy. That's the Applebee's song. It's all the bro country folks. They crush it in Green Bay because it's all just pomp and circumstances.
Yeah.
So
but Taylor Swift's better than them.
My thing that I love that Kyle said today was the best way that we can make sure that Taylor Swift is not the star and not the story is if Joe Barry can shut down Travis Kelce. Because the only way she becomes annoying is when Travis Kelce has a big catch and her and Brittany Mahomes are going, doing some dumb handshake. And so the faith and what the world needs is Joe Barry to have his best game as a defensive coordinator to help all of America not have to deal with it.
And Joe we trust.
Rutledge and Hamilton we've been riding this Joe Barry deserves an apology. They have a top 10 defense, scoring defense, top 10 passing defense out there. The only thing that's done their job throughout the year every week has been Joe Barry's defense. It's the only reason they have the wins. The offense has been hot trash except for the last 2 games. They show up and now everyone wants to
He's
surround
related
their
to
ass.
David Kaplan.
So Joe Barry has been doing his job all year. Y'all owe him an apology. But if
Jim,
struggles
you are
on the Chiefs,
outside your damn mind.
No,
they are 5-6.
Right,
They've
because
had
of
the
the
weakest,
defense.
softest
Because
schedule
of the defense.
in the
Because
NFL.
Jordan Love was hot trash for 4 straight games, and that's why they lost. But the defense was not allowing a lot of points.
Their defense has done enough to win a lot of games.
We understand what their defense has done, but we know what the body of work is for Joe Barry.
Yeah,
so a
this year
10-game
it's been
sample
good.
size
A whole
does not
season?
erase everything that's happened. It just makes me. It just makes me on alert.
Puts his ass in the Hall of Fame.
It just
How
makes
does this
me
work? How does that work? then?
Who put him in the Hall of Fame?
Your guy next to you.
Who, me?
Yeah, I see you dancing and throwing a big party every time Jordan Love. ESPN Milwaukee's talking trash. Jordan Love's better than half the league now because he had a good game. That's all.
I see a Bears fan is triggered because of the fact that he's very nervous.
He's very in his feelings.
That he's in his feelings because of the fact they put all their faith in this guy named Justin Fields.
You're wrong, though. They didn't put all their faith in Justin Fields because they traded the first overall pick to get Carolina's first overall pick.
They'll screw that up, too.
But that's a different story. But I believe, Justin Fields has more talent than Jordan Love, but the Bears screwed him up. So he's cooked.
Rutledge and or Hamilton is annoying. This whole or and Rutledge part because Rutledge will get Chris to buy into this the defense. What Jim did was he goes, Chris Orr, stud linebacker. I say something nice about the defense, he can be like, oh hell yeah, they've been held up the end of the bargain. Jim's right.
Yeah, if you watch these games, you know for a fact that this defense.
I'm
not superior.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I watch these games now. While I'll agree with you, I don't think the defense is doing anything spectacular, like on a upper echelon level. Like they're not the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. They're not the 2023 Baltimore Ravens. Number 1 defense, whatever.
Those guys are.
They only allow 1 more point per game than those.
That's what I'm saying. They're a top 10 defense. They're doing enough to win. In National Football League, as a defense, nobody's expecting you to. You're not gonna see shutouts. If you see
me
shutouts,
and Brett Rippon are at the same level of quarterback play.
Nah.
Okay, obviously, Chris, I'm joking.
What about Jared Goff?
I mean, but
they got that game over before the first quarter was out because of that defense.
Wait,
he carried them through that game. The defense carried them through that game.
Okay, so what you're saying is at the end of this season, regardless of what happens, Joe Barry should be back. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you got to obviously play it out.
I think he
if he doesn't finish the season.
We owe him an apology, but he doesn't have a job next year.
Right.
Yet.
Well, he still has 6 games to figure it out.
If the season ended today, he saved his job. Yes.
It doesn't end today.
Okay, but for this season, he's done a good job. And that's my point. He's the one that's done his job. Better than Matt LaFleur, better than Jordan Love, better than anything on offense. Joe Barry's defense is showing up week in and week out. They had one bad game that was against Detroit.
We're literally sitting here talking about if the team does well for the rest of the season, he still has a job, and if he doesn't, he won't have a job.
No, I'm saying I'm saying if he just same trajectory. Keep up top 10 defense scoring.
Well.
I think they're top 7 in pass defense. Mm-hmm. The rush defense is the only problem.
It could be one of the worst things that will happen to the Green Bay.
I'm going to tell you the issue. This is the issue with defense. So when you're playing good defense but you're still losing, everybody says you still suck because you don't make the stop after you gave your offense the ball in the red zone 3 times in a game.
Like
they don't
did against
score.
the Vikings.
They don't score.
And the Packers offense was impotent at home.
But then guess what? Defense. Oh man, I know we getting
what
the ball.
Is Joe Barry paying your asses for this propaganda?
I know we getting the ball to plus 40.
No, man, I just watch all these games, and I'm not in my feelings trying to hype up a quarterback. I know when you have a bad
Jim, you're in your
offense,
feelings every single day.
You're projecting it on me.
Jim, who's a better quarterback right now, Justin Fields or Jordan Love?
Jordan
Who
Love.
would you rather take?
Oh, rather have? Like, who's
right
coaching
now.
my team?
Oh, my God.
If Matt LaFleur is coaching Jordan
look at all the qualifiers, man.
If Matt LaFleur I started with Jordan Love, but if Matt LaFleur is coaching Justin Fields is better quarterback.
All right, so I guess we're all in
Joe
Barry we trust, fellas?
But that is a compliment to the Packers.
That is a compliment.
Man, you just made me want to watch Patrick Mahomes put up 40 just to show how bad Joe Barry is.
Matt Nagy's his offensive coordinator.
What a weird place to put your flag. I love Joe Barry. I'm Jim Rutledge. You'll enjoy Rutledge and Hamilton next on 100.5 ESPN. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
With me, oh yeah, sell out. Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Mr. Irrelevant. Join Alex Strope and a featured special guest every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, exclusively streaming on ESPN Madison's social media platforms. Also, subscribe to hear the Mr. Irrelevant podcast on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts. You can go back and listen to today's show with former Marquette Golden Eagle Travis Diener as he and Alex Strofe broke down and previewed the Badgers' upcoming game against the Marquette Golden Eagles this Saturday at the Kohl Center. Make sure to tune in to Saturday Tip-Off starting at 9 a.m. right here on 100.5 ESPN tomorrow morning. ESPN Madison's Alex Strofe and ESPN Milwaukee's Brian D. will take you right up until tip-off at 11:30 a.m. Meanwhile, Badgers volleyball also back at it tonight after winning their first game of the NCAA tournament against Jackson State 3-0 last night, taking on Miami in the regional quarterfinals at 7 p.m. in the Fieldhouse, rematch of their September 8th game, which UW won 3-0. Then the Green Bay Packers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs this Sunday from Lambeau Field in Sunday Night Football. Packers currently 6-point underdogs at home. Running back Aaron Jones been ruled out for the contest.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the chill.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton.
People like me. That's some booty, Jim.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Everyone is so mean to me.
I am Jim Rutledge.
You never go full Rutledge.
Ayahuasca.
If I had to rank a show,
well, who's
Rutledge
number
and
one?
Hamilton. Rutledge and Hamilton show.
Oh, get it.
I just call it Rutledge.
I believe it's Rutledge and or Hamilton is what they're trying to go.
That was clever.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio with Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Woo! Man, Milwaukee, insane. Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Insane.
Just hating on Joe Barry because it's easier than pointing out that the offense was horrendous for the large majority of the season. The Packers' offense has been unquestionably bad. What?
I don't know how you could, I don't understand the pushback against it. I don't understand the defensive hate. I really don't understand.
Because you don't want to blame the offense for losing those football games. Now, to be fair, the last 2 games, the offense has been good, unquestionably good. They played really good complementary football. The defense has made plays. They put the offense in good positions. The offense has taken advantage of those, and the Packers have won those last 2 games. The Steeler game, I still maintain, you only think that Jordan Love played well in that game if you don't think Jordan Love is a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Because that was not a good stat line or a good overall complete performance from Jordan Love. Now, if you want to say that was the step in the right direction, okay, I'll buy that a little bit. But otherwise, if you're trying to sell me that as a good football game, come on, you just have low expectations for your quarterback. This is Rutledge and or Hamilton. Alex Strofe texted in. He gets things done. He's more than a hall monitor. He says he's going to make an open for us, Rutledge and or Hamilton.
Whoa, what's he trying to say there?
Well, more of like the imaging. You don't do the imaging, or who does the imaging?
Strofe does imaging, but anything on this show is handled by me right here.
Okay, but for the imaging part of it, all right, we got territory.
Hey, no.
We got a territory.
He's the former producer of this show.
Yeah.
Gotta respect some boundaries.
So we don't have a talking text line? Is that right?
No, we do not have a talking
text line. You can call in, right?
You can call in, or you can comment on Facebook and YouTube. We can read your comments there.
What's that Drake song? You can call me on the cell phone. You can call me on your cell phone.
Hotline bling?
Yeah. Hotline. The hotline. 844-770-3776. Chris, or you weren't expecting that from me, were you?
I was not expecting that. That was a phenomenal. You know, it's been, since I've become a father, dad jokes have been getting me. Just dad moments are now. I think that's my top tier comedy.
I'll give you a dad moment I had this morning. So
I need to hear it.
My first grader, I was having a rough morning, so she just needed a little laugh. And so I was making the oatmeal for her. And so if you do oatmeal, you usually pour it in like a little like the measuring cups. So I had a little half-cup measuring cup, and I poured the milk into that. Actually, she had cream of wheat, so I poured it into there. And then I poured some more milk into the measuring cup and just drank out of it. You would have thought I was Eddie Murphy. Like, she was laughing, tears rolled down. I did like 3 times. She had stuff. It was a good 5 minutes of just laughter in the kitchen. Just a simple.
I love it, man.
Drinking out of so that's a little tip.
I love it, man.
The thing with little kids is if it's out of the normal, they find it hilarious because they're so tracked. And everything is rightfully, if you're a good parent, so much on schedule for them because that makes their lives easier, simpler to process things.
That makes sense.
That when something is abnormal, and look, I have girls. You make a fart joke, they're just funny. Girls, but they like it just as much as the boys do. Like it's just funny, man. It's just because again, abnormal. Not supposed to be doing that, so that's just funny. It is Fish Friday. Woo! Are we going to hear some fish music today?
We will. It is all loaded up and ready to go.
Yeah! What?
Yeah!
I still can't believe that's you either.
Yeah!
Because that's how everyone feels when they hear fish.
Yeah! 844-770-3776. You can call us on the cell phone. You need to get that rolling, like that song rolling off that.
But we want fish songs.
No, I mean like when I say the phone number, I want to hear Drake be like, "You can call me on the cell phone," or however that song goes.
Hotline bling. It's hotline bling.
Hotline bling. Whatever it is, man. I only loosely know it. 844-770-3776.
Should we just give out Jim's number and people can text him directly?
I know. Yeah, you're lucky I'm not giving out my phone number. 414. No. All right, get into the show. 844-770-3776. You got to call us, or you can text at Jim and Matt or at ESPN Madison. It is Rutledge and or Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do. And that's Crush of Coors Light. Badgers volleyball swept Jackson State last night. They faced Miami in the regional quarterfinals. That is happening tonight. Badger basketball will host number 3 Marquette at 11:30 on Saturday. Bucks bad loss, man. A horrible loss to a trash Bulls team. They have a player on their team in Zach LaVine who's been an all-star who literally has no trade market right now because he's such a giant man baby. But they still...
man baby.
I mean, he is. I mean, he's just in his feelings, and he's just not playing well, and it's affecting the entire team. And then the Packers host the Chiefs. They're 6-point dogs on Sunday Night Football. I will be at that game. But I want to get into this one thing. I'm excited for it. I want to... Now, primetime, you probably sent this in a text, but these playoff odds are drunk. I mean,
for the Packers?
For everyone. We need to stop. It is too early. I'm sorry. If the Packers beat the Chiefs, their playoff percentage is what? Like 63%?
I believe so. Let me go back to our text chain.
But then if they lose to the Chiefs, it's like 37%.
That's
drunk.
Yes, that is accurate.
That is drunk.
Well, because if they lose to the Chiefs, they pretty much have to win out. Which just winning out for 5 games, no matter who you're facing, is really hard. In the NFL.
But you don't even know like that would be the case. Like if Seattle had won, how much would that affected the Packers? I feel like that would have had like a 10-15%.
Probably.
Is it more so because of how many games back is Green Bay from Detroit?
From Detroit, I mean, the Lions are 8-3. The division is settled. They're not going to be able to catch up to that. I think they have currently they have like a 1% chance to win the division. The Packers, it's not happening.
I don't get the percentage stuff either because, I mean, I guess at that point all the games will be settled, but
like how
other
much
games factor in too.
Right, but also like how much of this percentage is taken into account of like if you're really trying to get into advanced analytics, there's probably some sort of metric for like a war of attrition. More players are going to get hurt. Is Aaron Jones playing again? But every quarterback, basically almost every quarterback in this league has missed at least a quarter, if not a game. Yeah. Is Jordan Love going to play every game? The Big Red Dog comes in. That's a loss. Just chalk. I don't care who you're playing. You lose Tommy DeVito.
Hey, they were using him as the Patrick Mahomes impersonator in practice.
Well, good news for the Chiefs because that is not even close. Yeah. God, you couldn't find anyone good to do that?
He's the only other quarterback on the roster.
God. But you couldn't find someone off the street?
Magoo.
Magoo. I don't know where Magoo is these days. What happened to him?
They released Magoo?
I think so.
Ah, dang. Dang, Magoo.
But these are just they're just drunk. These playoff rankings.
Yeah, I hate it.
Percentages.
I hate
they're just wild.
Yeah, it's wild.
Because what I also don't understand is that I thought I saw that if the Packers would beat Detroit and Kansas City, their playoff percentage was 90%. So then, like, somehow that changed. That was before they played Detroit and Kansas City. If they'd won those 2 games, then they would be 90%. But obviously other things happened that clearly didn't make it 90%. So, like, they're just – and let's be honest.
They're just throwing
nobody's
stuff out.
checking ESPN's work.
No.
We're all like, sure, whatever.
The ones we're citing right now aren't from ESPN. These are from PFF. And that's
Same
the other
thing,
thing
but
is that there's
nobody's checking
there's
PFF's
5 different,
PFF.
people putting stuff out. Yeah, PFF is
hate
not
PFF.
the greatest.
Let's
tell
take
you
a
why.
second on that.
There's a
So
reason
he's
why.
Chris Orr.
Yes.
I know why. Can I make a guess why, and then you can go deeper into it?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's because they try to apply grades to things, but they don't know the plays, what the player's asked to do.
Exactly.
Like, still go deeper into it. But yes.
Exactly. Okay, so just for all of you out there to understand how grades work in PFF, let's say you get I got a 80% coverage grade, but really I just didn't get the ball thrown near my way at all. Or the one time that it was near me, I was really close to the receiver and he didn't catch the ball. The reason why I don't like it is because there's no way of even myself, having the experience and all of that, there's no way for me to watch a play and say, oh, this guy was supposed to have this guy. Unless you obviously know without a shadow of a doubt, it was man. But there's no way of you knowing that. Like, I would love to show people clips and plays and say, like, hey, you know that this was cover 4. Like, this was quarters. Mm-hmm. This isn't man. Like, everything is going to look like man. Everybody's chasing somebody. It's all about field displacement and all of that. But there's no way of knowing that, hey, I'm a corner and I was supposed to fall off from this route from 15 yards, but I saw my safety slip. So I just kept running with this dude. I'm naturally beat because I'm supposed to play underneath this guy, and my safety's supposed to be there. He's not there. Something happened. They caught the ball. I got him down. But now this is my fault. To the naked eye, and PFF my grade's 30. I went from 80 to 30 because of this 120-yard route. And just no action before.
Well, you also, for example, you don't know what is coached. There's been times I've seen this before with Jordan Love and other quarterbacks where, Jordan Love threw the wrong guy because the shorter route was open.
Yeah,
and
this guy was open.
He missed the guy deep. But the guy deep was the one he was told to throw it to if he was open. Mm-hmm. And he was open. Now it was a bad throw.
Yep.
or the receiver screwed up his route. Like maybe he slowed down too much. But it was the right thing. But then PFF will say, Jordan Love, that's a bad grade because you were, or it could be the reverse. Jordan Love threw it to a spot that it shouldn't have been thrown to, that maybe it got through, and then you get a good grade on it. But realistically, it was not a play that the coaches are going to say, do it again. I mean, even that play that everyone talks about at the Thanksgiving throw, Jordan Love even said, like, I don't know how that got through. I don't know how that wasn't intercepted.
No
like, that was like, that's not skill. That was just I just let it rip, and it worked.
Yes.
But, like, my coaches, I'm sure, were like, don't ever do that again.
I'm not looking at that play and saying, oh, what great of a throw by Jordan Love. Like, he just must have the touch.
And it's also it's not even on him there because apparently that was Christian Watson running the wrong route. So that corner was never even supposed to be there where the ball could have bounced off his helmet.
Right.
So I don't know if PFF even takes that stuff into account, too.
Well,
do they know what route is supposed to be run by the receiver?
Oh, yeah. Even something as simple as, like, just even from a defensive perspective, if you're going against a zone read and you're taught as a defensive lineman to get on this is football terms, get on the heel line or the O-line, just means chase down the line of scrimmage. If you're taught to chase, but then you're just that good of an athlete that you stop and try to come back on the quarterback, you missed a tackle. In our meeting, we're celebrating this play. You did your job plus. You went above and beyond your job on this play. But to PFF, it's a missed tackle, and your tackling grade is going to suffer now. Which I'm like, bro, I don't know. That stuff just really doesn't make sense to me. There's some positions that you can't even grade at all. You cannot grade them at all. They cannot grade an offensive line. They can, like, yes, everybody can tell if you just flat out got beat, but not a lot of times you don't flat out get beat. Like, a lot of times that's not the case. People don't even know that in football, especially in the NFL. Like, yeah, the best guys, yes, they usually are gifted, athletically. Yes, that is true. But pretty much everybody's gifted. It's a marginal difference. The real difference is, like, some of these guys, like, yeah, you're gifted and your technique is perfect. Like, you're flawless. Never seen it before. I promise you, I don't know how else to describe this, but it'd just be like watching, like, a chef. It's like watching a chef, and, yeah, they have all these ideas in their mind. Yes, that's flawless. Yes, everything tastes phenomenal. A lot of people can cook good food, but this chef, man, the technique of the slicing and the plating, I don't know, the garnish. I'll be watching Chopped, man. I love watching Chopped. Speaking of which, I hate to get off topic here.
You're cooking, literally and figuratively. Let it go.
The way that I don't like how people talk about football, like how they be judging like players and stuff. I do that to all the chefs on Chopped. I'm like, what type of plan is that? What type of plan is that, bro? He's like, you came in here, $50,000 online. This was your plan?
Judgmental or. But you know what? I'll say this. Like, for an example, the Badger women's volleyball team, or sometimes hockey even to a point. I enjoy watching those sports because I don't know enough to have a real opinion.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just more like just taken aback. Like,
oh, yeah,
wow,
we won.
These women are just. How are they not the best team in the country? Like, how does I saw them play in person against Illinois. I'm like, how does anyone feel like they got a chance against these women? So, like, you get that experience. You're just more like, you would take it in awe.
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
How are they all 6'5"? Yeah. And, like, that's my wife the whole time. She's like, I don't know a single woman in my life who's 6'5", yet the Badgers have 5 of them. So it's different. But you're able just to enjoy it. Same thing with, like, the hockey. Whether you're watching, like, the Blackhawks. Like, I watch Bedard, and I'm like, all right. Like, I know enough hockey to follow the game, just like with volleyball, but I watch it and go, it's just amazing. Like, and so it's just fun because I don't know if there was a bad line change or if he should have passed it. I just kind of just enjoy it, just watch it. It's actually really enjoyable to watch some sports you don't know a lot about.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the next one I kind of want to get into is lacrosse.
Really?
Well, because the problem I have is soccer.
Soccer's boring.
Well, no, I actually enjoy soccer.
It's boring. It's a boring sport.
I don't like soccer people.
In America, soccer people are obnoxious.
Yeah,
most of them.
Yeah,
but they try to restrict it then, and it's like, look,
you don't know these guys, bro. I don't. Honestly, I don't care.
No, I only pay attention once every 4 years.
Right. Yeah. There's no difference between these guys and the 100-meter track and field athlete.
Yeah,
your time comes once every 4 years, brother. You better take advantage.
Oh, like, are you mad that I got into the stuff with Messi for a little bit down in Miami? Why? Why can't I just enjoy it? It's not yours. Like, it's like what soccer fans are? We're just going to take shots at them. They're like the guy who's like a fan of a band before they're big. Like, you can't like them.
You can't like them.
You
can't
didn't,
listen
know,
to
you
them,
didn't
bro.
know them 5 years ago.
You weren't.
Because I'm not 20. I didn't know. I didn't go to all the bars. I heard them. I liked them, and now I listen to their music. Is that okay with you?
When I tried to play them for you 2 months ago, you weren't trying to hear them. They were sorry then. It was trash then.
You know what other sports fan bases like that sometimes? They can be diehard college football fans. They can be very protective. Like, oh no, you don't know. You haven't been watching them all season like I have. I've been watching the Mountain West.
Oh yeah, with
like I know Diego Pavia. He's got something.
You don't know that
something
8th,
different.
You don't know that 8th grader they got coming in.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the recruiting.
The recruitniks are like that. This guy's got like 4.5 stars.
Nobody knows anything about these guys.
This dude's a 5-star. He's 14.
Right.
Come on,
Saban called him.
Because I'll be honest,
Saban said he could play right now. No, he didn't, bro. I promise you he didn't.
I never look at the stars. I look at who's recruiting them.
Oh, yeah.
Because with all due respect to some of these blogs or websites that follow the recruiting, who's giving these kids these stars?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't.
The writers?
I don't get
like,
it.
how. I mean, who's in charge of the system? So I just look at who's recruiting them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a good correlation of people being recruited are 5-star guys, but there is some of it of like you can brand yourself and build up a lot of hype.
Oh yeah,
and you get the right offer. People start offering.
Guys have talked about it. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're out there, there is a way that you can get your child. You can get college paid for at least. Now, at some point, he's going to have to prove that he is what you say he is. But you can get it done for sure. You can get it done for sure. There's some people out there that do like. There's a lot more lazy recruiting than people think about.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot more like, oh, they offered this dude. Like, let's offer.
Yeah, I covered Miami during Randy Shannon era as they're winning 5 games, crying as they close the Orange Bowl. Got a lot of stars, not a lot of wins.
Jimbo Fisher just got fired at Texas A&M. They said all he cared about was finding guys who were 5 stars. He completely stopped like paying attention to actually recruiting, watching video.
Yep.
He got blinded by stars, and that's all he wanted. Overlooked like personality issues. Yes, exactly.
Well, yeah, because I mean, stars they fit your system.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
You play Madden, you know you got to
be
guys fit your system.
You might be a 5-star here, but you're not a 5-star wherever.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't want to do look a 5-star like we see with Wisconsin. You have a 5-star right guard that's a road grader. It'd be better for them to have a 3-star into space offensive lineman. Well, for the most part.
Yeah.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton. You can be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. They have special hours coming up here. So Monday through Thursday, 8 till 2 a.m. Weekend hours, Friday through Monday, 8 to 2 a.m. But Sunday, the casino is closed for a system upgrade. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Tired of power outages disrupting your life? Make them a thing of the past by getting a Generac home standby generator from Adams Generators. Adams Generators is the largest and #1 rated Generac dealer in Wisconsin. With 24/7 emergency support, our factory-trained technicians are standing by to assist you. Visit adamspower.com/generators to make sure your power always stays on. That's adamspower.com/generators.
Ho, ho, ho! I need a window.
Baby, it's cold outside.
So where do I go?
Come on, Santa. Go to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months.
Pella now, pay later.
That's right, Santa. Plus, our elves install year-round and in as little as 1 day. Offer ends December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See show for details.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Pat Rice will retire after 32 years at the helm of the Wanakee Warriors.
It's certainly something that you just don't randomly do. I'm retiring from teaching. I think one of the things to be effective and really effective at the highest level, you've got to be in the school.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania is also brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management, Pasquale's Cantina, UW Credit Union, Stoughton Trailers, the GRB Academy, and Stoughton Health.
Life has its moments, times to remember and share. Mark the moment with jewelry from us. John Hayes for Goodman's Jewelers. Make the beauty of your purchase match the beauty of the moment. For over 90 years, Goodman's Jewelers has been providing sparkle to Madison. We can help you preserve a lifetime of memories with that special gift during this special season. Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street, the Diamond Store of Madison.
The best is at Goodman's.
2023 is a very special year for Goodman's Jewelers. We're celebrating 90 years of serving the greater Madison area. John Hayes for Goodman's Jewelers. Needless to say, that's a long time and a lot of great memories working with you, our customers. During these 9 decades, we've never deviated from our pledge to you, which is earning your trust, delivering top-notch service, and a selection that's second to none. Discover firsthand why Goodman's Jewelers is truly a destination worth reaching. 220 State Street, Goodman'sJewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
Circus Sports is now available at American Place. Bet on your favorite Milwaukee and Wisconsin teams, from Wisconsin football and basketball to all the Milwaukee basketball action, as well as more games nationwide. The Circus Sportsbook at American Place has 36 TVs, so you won't miss any of the action. And it's just 30 minutes from Kenosha and 45 minutes from Racine. For more information and to find out about their events, go to circusports.com. All Circus Sports bets must be placed in Illinois. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text GAMB to 833-234.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
It is a Fish Friday here on Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. And kind of in honor of that, Chris Orr, we kind of have a chill question of, like, you can partake in some fish-type activities and watch one of these sports that maybe you don't really know a lot about and still enjoy yourself here. That is our first Iron Jock poll question, is what sport do you enjoy watching the most while knowing the least about? We have curling up on the list. We have volleyball on the list, because that could be the women's volleyball, it could be sand volleyball. Like volleyball's just fun to watch. Like, I hope my daughter gets into it because I'm like, it's just enjoyable. Like, it's just fast moving. There's like very little breaks. It's just nonstop.
Know them knees hurt.
I can't imagine.
Oh yeah, know them.
But you watch. I mean, there's videos out there of people the elevation they get on their jumps for some of these spikes.
Yeah,
I mean, their heads are above the net.
Yeah, you got.
It is crazy. So. It's just the athleticism, which is very much like why I love the NBA, like just seeing that sheer athleticism. So I would go with volleyball. We're going to go with lacrosse. If you ever watched some lacrosse, it is interesting. That one's tough for me because I honestly know just about nothing about lacrosse.
I've never watched the lacrosse. I have, just like on Big Ten Network, just for like a minute.
Yeah.
But I can't.
After your game ends?
Yeah, I can't just sit there and like, all right.
You can tweet at ESPN Madison your responses as well if you
have
other ones.
NASCAR?
Yeah, I don't enjoy NASCAR though. I don't know anything about it, but I don't enjoy it.
I feel like that's one of those sports.
I mean, you could also kind of implement like F1 in there too.
Yeah,
that's become really popular the last couple of years.
I like the tag option too. Tag. Have you never watched that? Have you never seen them play that?
I've never watched professional.
They are
tag.
athletic. I'll tell you that.
I know they are. I've seen
but
like
that's like watching like American Gladiators. I used to love watching that.
Yeah.
Feats of strength like that. I never watched American Ninja Warrior, but I feel like I would have enjoyed it.
That one's pretty cool.
I've watched like I like watching CrossFit games sometimes. Strongman.
Yeah.
I just like I think that's crazy.
Yeah, some of these things that people can do. It's my daughter's into gymnastics, and you watch some of the Simone Biles.
That too,
I mean, you talk about athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're flying through the air. I mean, even now, some of the stuff my daughter does, I'm like, yikes! Like you're gonna break your arm or break your neck, like as they're doing front flips and back flips. Let alone what you see, like some of the floor dancing stuff you see from some of. They're springing all over the place. So again, honestly, I think it comes down to I just like to see athletes be athletes. So lacrosse, you do see a lot of athleticism in it. You see a lot of athleticism in volleyball and
curling for sure. Yeah,
curling's the outlier. There's the complete opposite. There's barely any recognizable athleticism. Curling's one of those things where you're like a golfer. You're like I guess you're athletic because you're skilled. I mean, it's just
it's a skill. I feel like athleticism isn't a skill though.
That's some booty, Jim.
I feel like, yeah, because I feel like you can be skilled. Like, for instance, Tom Brady, skilled.
Yeah.
Just give me a name. Cam Newton, athletic.
Yes.
Even you could even go like Doug Flutie, athleticism. I'm trying to think of something. Dan Marino, skill.
He had a hell of an arm.
So
I think it's easier for like golfers. I call them they're incredibly skilled.
Yeah,
which is why I have this theory that Chris, you probably played zero golf in your life. Maybe we post this another Iron Jack poll question, but I have a feeling like if Chris just put in the work to be a professional golfer, he could join the Champions Tour by the time he's of age to join the Champions Tour.
Champions Tour is like the senior tour, right?
Yes, so that's like 55 plus. How old are you?
26.
26.
You got time.
You got 29. You got
take over, man.
29 years. You have. I mean, you can't just be anyone, but you have the base. You obviously you're athletic. You have the skill.
Yeah.
So if you just put the time into it, you could do it. So like for me, like golf is one of those things that it's really about it. Like there's a certain. You have to have a base level athleticism, but like the skill level, there's a large bar of people that could do it.
Yeah, and you gotta have the patience. I don't have that.
But over 29 years, that's why I said Champions Tour. But over 29 years, you just through age, you acquire the patience.
That's true.
So I have this theory that I think there's a larger majority of Americans than like if you're a D3 athlete, I think you still could pick up Champions Tour golf.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I'm not just saying you pick it up like at 40 and then you start trying to do it.
Right.
Because there are literally people on the Champions Tour who were like borderline like semi-professional golfers who then play in the Champions Tour.
Dang.
Like the retired insurance salesman.
Yeah.
They like golfed a ton and then took 5-6 years to really grind into it because they were retired and then they were able to just sporadically get on to some of the events. So I think you could do it. I think like that's just one of those sports where I think there's just a market inequality.
For sure.
There's just not a lot of people doing it.
For sure. That I think nah. I would say nah.
What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say tennis, but I was gonna say nah, because you gotta be athletic. But I just also think a lot of people don't do it.
But I was gonna say you're right on that part of it. Tennis and look, American soccer. Like if we want to get real about it, if LeBron played soccer, we're winning everything.
Yeah.
Like, there's just certain people like if Kobe played soccer at a professional level, we'd be winning everything. Kevin Durant,
Tyreek Hill,
good God.
Yeah.
Even if you took these people and made them like any
Kelsey
like
is a
Olympic
goalie?
sport, if you put them in any like Olympic sport almost.
Yeah. Oh,
even if you put some of these guys in boxing. I just think like our best. I do think I like where we're going. I think our like best athletes, they don't really play the Olympic. I think it's because in America, like we don't necessarily look towards like the Olympics or like world championships. You kind of look to the Super Bowl. You look to the NBA championship. You know what I mean? Like you kind of look to your college. Like I think it's bigger to win like an NCAA championship than some of the stuff you can do out in the world. But I think that's like we've put that as our pinnacle instead of like, hey man, like our best athletes, they go win us a gold medal by the time they're 20.
And Matt Hamilton did chime in on our poll question here. He said cricket, especially the IPL for the faster games. Cricket? There are. I mean, that's kind of like baseball.
It's like baseball. Yeah. Baseball mixed with pickleball. Right?
A little bit, I guess. Yeah. So, I mean, I haven't watched enough to really say I enjoy watching it, but I bet you that would be interesting.
Yeah, only degenerates watch that sport, if I'm being honest. Only gambling degenerates in America
but honestly,
are watching cricket.
You could just really qualify as like the Olympic. Like, it's really, we're just talking about like Olympic sports.
Yeah.
Because like curling, lacrosse, volleyball, like I've only really watched swimming. Like Michael Phelps, when he was doing his thing,
swimming.
That was fun.
Yeah, you really watch the athletes.
I watch swimming. Yeah, track and field. I'm only watching swimming, track and field. I watch like Maybe the gymnastics.
Remember when we all
I don't
watched?
even watch the basketball game.
We all watched speed
Yeah, I don't watch
skating back
basketball.
in the day.
I'm not watching the Olympic. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not watching that.
That's honestly the
Speed
least.
skating for sure.
When
Yeah,
Apollo
oh,
Ono was
yeah.
tearing it up, remember him?
But look, some of the figure skating, you see those guys, the guys throw the women through the air. They're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
they're like 30
Yeah.
feet in the air.
Figure skating, I'm putting speed skating above figure skating.
I'll
though.
give you that. That's fine.
I'll watch them.
They go.
I'll pay and watch them. I'll come watch them.
Well, Matt will tell you he can. He said stories. Obviously, this last Olympic because it was still part of COVID restrictions there. But the Olympics that he won the gold medal in, you're kind of in these You're able to go and watch these events. So a lot of he's able to go see some of the downhill. Downhill skiing. Or snowboarding.
Lindsey Vonn, yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not watching that either.
That honestly, that could be. If you want to talk about a sport that would have the least, like the highest threshold for being able to get into it, could be like downhill skiing.
Oh, for sure. Oh, they're letting you in there.
Right, but I mean, like to be able to do it. I'm saying that because
I don't
said
know
like
about that.
golf. Like I think a lot of people could golf and
Yeah.
get on Champions Tour. I think there's a very small amount of people that could actually ski.
Oh, yeah.
Downhill. Like that might be the smallest group of people that could do Olympic sort of skiing downhill.
Because not only is it the skill, you gotta have the courage too. Like
Right,
you
that's what I
gotta,
mean, yeah.
you gotta, yeah.
That or
I don't
ski
know.
jumping would be the other
Now
one.
ski jumping. Good
That one's
Lord.
insane.
That's just
truly
when they
insane.
go on like the big ramps.
Yeah,
And then they just fly off like 90
yeah,
meters in the air.
He's just in the air.
Yeah.
Because you gotta
I'm not doing that.
You gotta practice that, Chris.
That's what I'm saying. That's the main thing. You had to. I just think about how many times like I've practiced tackling somebody just to be able to do it once in the game.
Yeah.
These people, you got like 3. I'm just gonna guess. You got 3 jumps. You get like 1 foul, bro. That's it. You got these 3 jumps.
Yeah.
You scoping out the competition. You have to have these. Have to be the 3 biggest jumps of your life. You're probably doing some stuff that you're like, I've only practiced this once because I almost died doing it.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna
But
try
I'm saying, like,
6 backflips on.
But
this
like
one.
the first time you're like, I guess I'm gonna go off this thing.
I'm not doing that.
Like how you landed. Like that's like for me, and I'm sure there's like ways to do it safely, but that's the stuff that blows my mind. Even more like because I think snowboarding is a pretty impressive skill, but it's not as like that sheer danger level of being able to actually like fly. They're like coming down mountains when they're downhill skiing.
You had to go up that whole thing on the whole way
Yeah,
up.
you're just sitting there watching it.
You spend a couple hours going up. Or however you got up.
What would be that most terrifying sport of like the Olympic sports?
That might be
most terrifying sport?
Yeah, like terrifying sport. You like while you're participating, like it's like absolute like you're white knuckling it the whole time.
Oh,
I would
for
expect
sure that.
What's the one where they're
They go between-
right?
oh,
Where they're flying through those ice slides, basically.
What?
You know what I'm talking
Oh yeah, where you just you strap yourself to a sled and throw yourself down an ice tube.
Oh,
yeah. Is that
yeah,
luge?
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's luge, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the scariest, bro. Cause like at least on that, like
You got a
you're on
helmet
like a
on.
real
Yeah.
you got a helmet
the
on, you're on a real thing.
The slightest little like off target or off track, and you're just flying off.
I get that, but at least I got a helmet. At least all of us are gone. Like it's not just gonna be me.
Wait, all
No,
of us?
luge-
You said the
luge
whole
is-
team's
that
gone?
you're mixing two. Luge is solo.
You think you're
Yeah.
bobsledding?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking
Luge,
bobsled.
you lay on your back on.
I
like,
gotta see luge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you like shoot down.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I know what you're
Because
talking
I've
about.
seen
I know
like
what you're
I
talking
follow
about.
some. I don't know how. Like probably because of Matt, I follow a few bobsledders on TikTok, and they show like they're they get so bruised just through practices because they're flying all over the place.
I'm not gonna lie. What you said is called luge.
Luge.
Yeah. That's how you know I'm not gonna do this stuff, man. Luge. I'm doing luge before I go skiing down the mountain.
So here's the thing: according to the International Olympic Committee, Olympic downhill skiers can reach. Do you want to guess the speed?
Is it over? Is it over 150?
No, it's not that fast. So
Okay.
80 miles per hour. But some Olympic type athletes can travel up to 95 miles per hour on the fastest section of the race.
I feel like I could do the bobsled because it's just about your acceleration. It's just about the start, right? And I mean, I know you got a guy.
I loved your answer earlier. It was like, at least if we go out, we're all going out. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
just me.
Yeah, that is the thing about me. Like, God forbid something horrific happened to me like that. I got to be in a group. Can't just be me, man.
You're a team player.
Can't just be me. Yeah, I got to be in a group. But I'm taking a luge over to skiing.
Yeah,
bro, I will. Bro, I'm telling you, I'll never ski. You will never hear about. I will never know that experience.
Downhill,
I'll never know that
you'd like
experience.
cross country ski.
No,
That's just walking, man.
No. I'm not skiing. I'm not skiing. I don't like the feeling of like, I feel like I'm restricted. Skiing, snowboarding, I'm not doing it. It feels like I'm restricted. My feet are locked into something. I don't like that. Snowmobile, I done did that. That's fun. Kind of.
I kind of want to see if we can get Chris out to one of these little ski hills here.
Oh, no.
You see
The bunny hill?
Yeah. It's the bunny hill. It's for kids. Like I haven't skied much in my life, and I got old 43-year-old knees. I'll go on the bunny hill with you.
I'll tell you this right now. If I go on that bunny hill, whoever's by me, you need to know if I'm going down. There's
all going
at
down
least
with
two
me.
other people are going down.
Well, if we
If you're
do
close.
crash on the bunny hill, we can recover Carbon World Health. They got cryo over there. They got red light therapy. They got the compression as well. So whatever you need, whether you need recovery, whether you need to get into better shape, whether you want to lose some weight, and talk to Dr. Nestor Rodriguez about semaglutide, Carbon World Health is the spot for you. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Tito's handmade vodka is so good and smooth, you can mix it with anything. Now, hear us out. If your usual brunch cocktail sounds like a Tito's Bloody Mary stacked with garnishes is more like Tito's. Sounds pretty good. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. What gets lost in the middle of football season is the fact that the holidays are going to sneak up on you. So while you're thinking of it, there's no better place to go than Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. Diamond Jim, the owner of the store, is in the store every single day, 7 days a week, ready to help you, whether you're looking to take that next step or you just need to treat your special someone or yourself. There's no better place to do it than with Jim at Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. Visit them online, condonjeweler.com. That's condonjeweler.com. Or pop in today on the east side of Madison.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and is expanding to Milwaukee. As a local company headquartered in Verona, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
The holidays are coming quick, and Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton is the place to be this holiday season. Whether you're entertaining your top clients or rewarding your favorite teammates, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton is the spot for you. And of course, if you have family in town or you're looking for a holiday dinner with your significant other, there's no better place to take them than Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. As always, don't miss that horseshoe bar, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. The best place to go, especially this holiday season.
Catch Disco Fever this New Year's Eve with Ho Chunk Gaming Madison and our Disco Eve celebration.
We have promotions going all day and night on Sunday, December 31st with plenty of ways to win.
Like our Pick a Prize promotion with 18 cash prize winners in the afternoon.
Plus a $24,000 grand prize awarded at 7 p.m.
And be here for our hot ticket drawings with 14 different $1,000 winners selected between 7:30 p.m. and just past midnight.
Get your New Year's Eve groove on at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
I'm floating in the blimp lot. I feel the feeling I forgot. We're swimming weightless in the womb. We're bouncing gently round the room. In a minute I'll be free and you'll be splashing in the sea. I feel no curiosity.
Just a big loss today for the Badgers. I don't need to be mean, but Ross Gengler has entered the transfer portal for Wisconsin.
Hey, man.
This is Rutledge and/or Hamilton. Jim Rutledge with former Badger Chris Orr with you. Hamilton's chiming in on Twitter. He did retweet in an effort to, I think, win this poll. Our Iron Jock poll question: what sport do you enjoy watching while knowing the least about?
He's definitely trying to win that poll.
Volleyball, number one, much to Matt's chagrin. And actually, see, the thing is, like, volleyball, when I know the rules of it, so I know what's happening.
Okay.
But, like, I don't know the strategy behind it.
Yeah.
Curling, I don't know I really loosely know the rules. And I have no idea the strategy.
I feel like I can describe curling rules. I feel like there's not that many rules.
But I said, it is a little weird because, like, we were watching the Olympics. My wife would ask me some questions. I'd be like, I think this is how it works.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you take your disc. You know, we're doing the friction.
Yeah, but that's more like how
get that
you
thing
play.
going. The points is based off. It's like what's that game? Shooters. What's that game that you play? Like we can play it right here. If we had like dust on the table, people put like
at
sand.
the bar. I love that game.
What is it?
I don't know what that game's called. I used to call it like fake bowling.
Shooters?
I don't know. I just made up a name. I just said something. I don't know.
It was like you had a disc.
You know what I'm talking about?
Text line doesn't work.
Yeah.
So you can call in and tell us 844-770-3776, or you can tweet at Jim and Matt or at ESPN Madison if you want to tell us what this game is called. But it's a bar game.
Yeah.
And look, I grew up in Wisconsin, so like I grew up going to bars as a kid. Like I wasn't drinking, but you'd go like on a Sunday. My parents would go watch the games, hang out with their friends. They did. They'd go hang out with their friends. And my brother and I would like trade baseball cards with the bartender and have a burger and fries, have some Sprites or a kitty cocktail or whatever. And which is also just messed up. We were talking about earlier about the candy cigarettes and the big league shit, all these things. The kitty cocktail is kind of a weird thing as well. As far as like, oh yeah, I just drank fake cocktails at the bar, had a burger and fries, and played bar games my youth. But that's just Wisconsin, man. That's just Wisconsin. But I played this game far more. I think I was in more bars. I'll be honest. I might have been in more bars as a kid than I as
wow.
in the last. Definitely over the last 10 years, I've been in more bars when I was a kid than I've been in bars the last 10 years.
That's not. I mean,
like,
that's bad
for recreation.
I think that's bad.
But like it was like.
I mean, yeah.
Like it was daytime.
Yeah.
But so it wasn't like I was. Like out. My parents would take me to the bar like midnight.
I mean, yeah, but you went to like these were legitimate bars.
No,
like
bars.
it wasn't like like it's really a restaurant.
It's not like a bar.
Like,
No, it's a bar. It's straight up like bars. Like until I was 10, I lived like in the Fort Atkinson, like Jefferson Bar, place in Fort Atkinson, Bean Fangs. My parents knew the owners. That's where I spent most of the time at.
Oh yeah.
So like
you know the owners. Yeah, you're in there.
Yeah. So we were there pretty regularly.
Yeah, I can get that. I just. Yeah, you never heard it. You never seen that game though, Prime?
I think maybe I know what you're talking about.
Shuffleboard. I have multiple people chiming in with shuffleboard, but it's the bar game, not the.
Yeah, but like we always played it with like quarters with me and my friends. I think. Like
anyway, that's like the basis of curling. Except it's like in a circle.
Shuffleboard. Oh,
except
look,
it's like in a circle.
You're right because I see go. or Amazon.com, you can get a shuffleboard, but on one side of it, it's a curling ring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We need to get this for the office.
It's like
we might have to go
curling
in on
is
this.
like it's like a circle though, right? Like it's a circle.
It's
on
like
the shuffleboard, it's just like knock them off or not.
Yeah.
But in
oh
curling,
yeah,
you
see
gotta
the
keep
target
it in
you're
the,
going for.
yeah.
It's
the
like a
target.
big circle. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of like
All right,
bocce.
we might have to. We're gonna mark this on Amazon right now, but I think we might just have to go in on it if we get a big enough table. You can you have a curling. You can do curling on the this giant long table.
Oh, we need that.
It's half shuffleboard, half curling.
This is perfect for us.
Yeah, I mean,
we got to replace the Papa Shot.
Yeah, the Papa Shot is on its last
Yeah,
legs.
the Papa Shot's running out.
I think the curling could be pretty sweet. Man, these things get expensive. You can get
for real.
It's here a Wisconsin Badgers shuffleboard table. It costs
$5,000
or $5,000. There's another one that costs $7,000.
Well, I think it's kind of dope.
What?
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, this would be like one you have at the bar.
Yeah, that's got to be. That's got to come with the table.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole thing. Yeah, this is like
I was about to say
this is like you'd see it. Like you could,
Yeah,
if you owned
yeah.
a bar, you would have this there.
Yeah.
844-770-3776. I'll tell you where you won't see a shuffleboard is at Ritz Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. And that's not a knock on them because they're fantastic. It is a great time. So whether you want to go there for the Sizzle, Swizzle, and Swirl happy hour or go have a date night, get a steak, treat yourself, treat some family and friends. It's that time of year. The ambiance there is always great, but when it's in winter and it's like dark outside, you're going in there and you get yourself a nice old-fashioned and just hang and talk to the bartender, Kevin, and have a good time. That is outstanding. We're going to be out there on Tuesday, so make sure to get out to Ritz Chris Steakhouse on Tuesday for Rutledge and Hamilton, and actually Hamilton will even be there. Before we go to break, 844-770-3776. Let's get out to Tyler in Cottage Grove. Tyler, thanks for calling in.
Yeah, guys, I was going to tell you a shuffleboard. I mean, it was a little rookie. I will say, if you guys are going to get in the office, Jesse is really good at shuffleboard.
Oh, wait, is this Tier 1, Tyler?
This is Tier 1, Tyler, yeah.
Hey.
So, it is actually a skill that he actually possesses, so he's really good. So don't let him try to swindle you guys into thinking he's bad. But it's like one of the small skills Jesse has in life. And it's like
Can you
really
imagine Jesse hustling people at shuffleboard, hustling old people?
Well, he's already. Thank you for the call. He's basically already got the Billy Hoyle from White Men Can't Jump
He's
look.
already got it.
He is Billy Hoyle, but he could be the Billy Hoyle of shuffleboard. Hat on backwards.
Oh man!
Kind of just playing it up. You could be out there. We're all there trash talking.
Oh, I definitely can see Jesse.
We're going Ruse Chris. We're going Ruse Chris, and then Jesse just shuts it down.
I could see him hustling people too. I can see him hustling people,
Just old
especially
people?
in here. No, in here.
But
I can see him hustling everybody in
if
here.
If Jesse's good at anything, he can hustle anyone anywhere because he doesn't look like he's good at anything.
Nah, that's true.
Jeez, man.
Anything athletic. You know what? I take it back. If I saw Jesse at a bowling alley, I'd be like,
He can bowl.
Let's throw
He does look like he can bowl.
Let's throw a poll question out there.
he does broadcasts of bowling tournaments, actually.
If I saw him at a bowling alley, like with a little duffel bag, I'm going to think like, hey, this guy must be a pro.
Like the Big Lebowski.
This guy must be a pro. I can't wait to watch him bowl a perfect game.
Nobody messed with the Nelson.
Who are you? I am Jesse Nelson.
Look, can we throw this out as a poll question?
What's that?
We can't put a picture on it, but like people know who Jesse Nelson is. What sport does Jesse Nelson look like he's good at?
Oh, that's a good question.
What are
I
our
think that's a
options?
good question.
So bowling.
Bowling has to be one.
Shuffleboard.
Shuffleboard has to be in there. It has to be in there because we confirmed that he's good at
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Golf would be in there?
No.
Tennis?
You don't think
No,
so?
don't.
Tennis?
That's it.
Not tennis. Sorry, Jesse, but not tennis.
Not tennis.
Sorry, Jesse.
The Williams sister would put a hole in him. Like, I mean,
Would you chess?
Chess is
Esports.
Esports.
BattleBots.
Esports.
That's too easy. Those are too easy. We'll take a break and we'll come back with the other options. You can call in or you can tweet at Jim and Matt, or on YouTube. You can run a message on there too. As our talking text line is at, what sport does Jesse Nelson look like he's good at? 844-770-3776. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starry on Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starry on Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience by going to starryonbank.com. Member FDIC. Wisconsin men's basketball coach Greg Gard was on Kyle Breston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin earlier this week and talked about the tough matchup coming up tomorrow at the Kohl Center against number 3 Marquette.
It's great for the state. It's great for the game of basketball in the state. You know, that's how I look at it. Our state and the game of basketball is going to be center stage nationally. It'll have a big spotlight on it.
Get ready for the matchup with a special edition of Saturday Tip-Off beginning at 9 a.m. from Echo Tap in Madison on ESPN Milwaukee and ESPN Madison.
Unwrap your gift now, but pay later. Right now at Pella, put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin sports. Catch up on anything you missed on the Varsity Podcast on Wisconsin On Demand. Brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, shop local. Part of the Madison community since 1973.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
Mike Greenberg. Greeny.
When I worked in Bristol, there was a little area in the caf where you would get snacks and put them in a plastic bag. When you came up, they would wave them, and that's how they would charge you. And one time, the guy behind the thing said to me, "Oh, Mr. Greenberg, you're going to have to put your nuts on the scale." I could not continue. I said to him, "How do you expect me to go back to work now? Like I'm supposed to host SportsCenter tonight after you just told me to put my nuts on the scale?"
Greeny, weekdays noon to 2 on 100.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Alex Rowe. Football season is officially here, which means you better be doing it right with my friends at Door County Distillery. If you're a whiskey fan, you can't go wrong with the 9-time award-winning single malt whiskey from Door County Distillery. Maybe you like gin. How about that classic green bottle of gin from Door County Distillery? Or maybe it's the cherry brandy to mix up in your old-fashioned. Whatever it is, choose Door County Distillery. Visit their website, doorcountydistillery.com, for the retailer nearest you and all of those unique cocktail recipes. That's doorcountydistillery.com.
Braylon Allen here. When I'm running, tackling, and scoring touchdowns, I'll give you one guess what I'm wearing underneath my jersey and pads. That's right. Iron Jock Performance Gear is with me for every yard, every sprint, and every lift in the weight room. This is by far the best athletic apparel I've ever worn. Join me with Iron Jock Nation and get yours at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Fish Friday on Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
It is Rutledge and or Hamilton. I am Rutledge, Chris Orr with me, and we are live from the Everlight Solar Studio. We are asking you, and you have to call in the text line. We are replacing the text line. It will be up and running very soon, hopefully Monday or Tuesday next week. But it's a Friday. Nobody's got any jobs. Nobody wanted to do anything, so we just shut down the old one, and we didn't get the new one running here. I blame that 100% on Jesse Nelson. 844-770-3776. How you get into the show? You have to actually pick up your phone and call. Prime time, you have the Drake thing ready or not? No? Oh, yeah, he's ready. He's on top of it. There you go. So,
You're welcome.
Yes. Otherwise, you can text in, or excuse me, you can message at Jim and Matt or at ESPN Madison if you want to get into the show. But we were asking you, what sport does Jesse Nelson look like he's good at? Now, I polled the office here at the Spark Building, and so we're going to go with, for sure, bowling and shuffleboard.
Bowling and shuffleboard have to be on there.
So bocce ball was thrown out?
What's that?
Bocce ball is a sport I'm not surprised you haven't played. You basically have these balls that you throw. It's kind of like curling a little bit.
Is it like wall ball?
I don't know what wall ball is.
It's where you like stand in front of the wall and somebody stands behind.
No,
you.
that sounds fun.
Yeah.
This is basically you're just rolling this ball around the yard.
For real?
Yeah, you're throwing it around the yard. Yeah, you're trying to get close. So what is the point about it? I haven't played bocce ball.
It's very much like an old man sport. You're trying to. It's kind of like It's very much like curling, but on grass.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
You're trying to get close to it as possible. So
should we put theater on there?
That's not a sport.
I know. I just want to put it on there.
We have some good options though. We have, which I'm going to save the leader in the clubhouse for me for the back. We had ping pong.
Oh, I like ping pong.
Someone said darts, but then it was pointed out to me that Jesse Nelson shoots a basketball with two hands.
Oh, he can't play darts.
Then you can't do darts.
No, he can't do darts.
He's like Philip Seymour Hoffman in a long game pilot.
He's like my 6-year-old. She also shoots with two hands because the ball is too heavy for her.
Yeah, I need to see him shoot a basketball now. I need to see him shoot a basketball now because I need to see how with two hands. Is it granny? Is it behind the head? Is it Sean Merriman? I need to know. I need to know which of the double hand shooting forms it is. I need to see him shoot a basketball. This needs to happen.
And then we have, I think, my personal favorite, skee ball.
Oh, it's funny that we found. I can't believe this because when we first started, I couldn't think of anything that's like something that wouldn't require like too much athleticism.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lawn darts you
I
can
would
do.
not have thought of skee ball. Skee ball
Skee ball's
great.
Good. So we're 100%
that is
putting
a great
skee
option.
ball.
I don't know how you came up with that.
I think it was Chad Hopper from our marketing team here came up with skee ball. So we will go with bocce ball. It's so good, right? Professional skee baller, Jesse Nells.
Jesse's just at the local David Buster's, just hustling
Chuck E.
people.
Cheese all day.
Yeah. Hustling kids.
He's like Paul Newman, but with skee ball.
All right. So skee ball, bocce ball, shuffleboard, and bowling. And you can call in 844-770-3776 on what sport does Jesse Nelson look like he's good at.
Which one would you say is
And if
like
you don't
the
know what
worst?
Jesse Nelson looks like, just imagine Bobby Hill from King of the Hill as a growing human person.
Yeah.
That would be the way to do it.
Yeah, that would be the way to do it. I don't think there's a better way to describe
You know who's going to love this poll question more than anyone else? And we're going to talk to him in about a half an hour is Ben Brust.
Oh, yeah.
He is going to love this.
He is going to love this. I love that skee ball is in there.
Skee ball is so good.
I love the skee ball.
Is incredible.
Skee ball is incredible. I immediately picture
love the
him in
Chuck E.
all of these
Cheese
sports.
reference too.
Oh,
well, he's going to be wearing the loafer type shoes, like a Vans or something like that, but with socks that go over his ankle because because the wrong type of socks with it. And then you know what I mean, right? Like if you were wearing like those skater shoes, you'd be wearing low cut socks.
Yep.
So then they're like too high socks. And then his shorts are somehow too wide and long. And then he's gonna have a shirt that is also too wide and too long.
Yeah.
Don't forget the wristbands.
Does he have a headband?
He's probably got a glove on too.
He definitely has a headband. Just one glove though.
Yeah, exactly.
Only on the skee ball hand.
Oh, that's bowling. That's him bowling. I'll tell you what. He's got the glove. He's got the whole thing for bowling. He's got the whole thing.
He definitely has a towel for bowling. He's polishing his bowling balls for sure.
844-770-3776. What does Jesse Nelson look like he is good at? This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light.
Do more together this holiday in a new Chevy. Take on more adventure in the strong and capable Chevy Silverado. More confidence in the Chevy Equinox, winner of the J.D. Power Award for initial quality among compact SUVs 2 years running. And more value in the all-new Chevy Trax with an available 11-inch diagonal touchscreen. Bring the holidays together in a new Chevy. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today. For J.D. Power 2023 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Hey, this is Eric Name of The Athletic. You're listening to Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Mr. Irrelevant. Join Alex Strope and a featured special guest every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, exclusively streaming on ESPN Madison's social media platforms. Also, subscribe to hear the Mr. Irrelevant podcast on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, hear Mr. Irrelevant Alex Strofe himself tomorrow morning, starting at 9 a.m. for Saturday tip-off, as he and ESPN Milwaukee's Brian D. host a pregame show ahead of the Badgers taking on Marquette at the Kohl Center. They'll be taking you right up until tip-off at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, Badgers volleyball also back in action tonight after they swept Jackson State 3-0 last night. They'll now face Miami in the regional quarterfinals of the NCAA tournament. That game starts at 7 p.m. in the Fieldhouse and is a rematch of their September 8th game when UW won 3-0 against the Hurricanes. Then Packers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs at Lambeau Field on Sunday Night Football. Make sure to tune in to Green Bay Game Day starting at 4 p.m. right here on 100.5 ESPN this Sunday. Also hosted by Alex Strofe and other featured guests. Second hour of Rutledge Hamilton starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the chill.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton.
People like me.
That's some booty, Jim.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage. I'm just not ready to crown his ass.
I'm ready to crown him.
You're premature.
Premature coronation.
Yeah, that's not uncommon.
Adult film stars Matt Hamilton.
The next day, he's like, my Achilles feels great. And that dolphin's pregnant.
Yes. Buy another dolphin.
Come on, man. Yeah, what are we doing?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. With Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Reminiscing about the old days at Pizza Hut when they actually were a full restaurant. Man. And you could go in there prime time. You probably are too young for this. And, well, everyone knows it for, like, the old Read It. Like, you'd get, like, a button, and they'd put stickers on it. You could write a book. Like, and you filled up you take it to the library, and the librarian would give you a sticker, and they'd put, like, you got, like, 5 stickers, you got, like, free pan pizza.
Oh,
they
that's
still
dope.
do that, actually. It's just not a button anymore. You sign up for the program at school, and they will give you, at the end of the program, they'll give you, like, a free pan pizza. Like a personal pizza for the kids. Not for adults. You don't get anything.
Never mind.
Good job. Good job. Good job, Chris. Good job.
We're not signing up for that. You only sign up for that if it helps the whole family.
But they also had, like, when they were open, you could go, like, pizza buffet.
Yeah.
That was the best. There's no Pizza Hut. Like, now it's only you just go get your food and leave.
I remember doing that once, a couple times as a youngin', maybe when I was like 5 or 6.
But, like, in college, I did that. Like, it was great. It was like $8 in all the pizza you could eat.
I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
When's the last time you've been to a buffet?
I am never going to a buffet again in my life. At least not what I'm paying for.
That's exactly why I'm asking.
Like, obviously, like, you go to a hotel and they got the whole breakfast set up. It just is what it is.
Yeah,
but, like,
that is what it is. Yeah.
But otherwise, no.
Yeah.
Never.
Not going out to eat.
I was already
with the family.
We're going to a buffet today.
I'm not telling
Pizza
my
Ranch.
Yeah, pizza. Yeah, let's just eat till we explode. Could there be anything more American than a buffet?
We're going
I'll
to
tell you
Golden
what,
Corral.
You know who likes buffets, though?
Come on, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't.
America's favorite athlete, Jesse Nelson.
Speaking of which, we are having some more responses on at Jim and Matt on Twitter. We had somebody saying cricket, especially in the IPL. And then also Ron and the Key saying radio. Jesse Nelson be great at. And then Sadler Bell chiming in saying that Jesse looks like he's good at archery. Which,
that make him sound cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's almost too cool.
Yeah, you can't do that one. I think you're cool. I'm not going to lie. I think you cool as hell if you can shoot a bow.
Absolutely.
It's
I
up
think
there.
you're cool as hell. You're cool.
Absolutely, I would say that. If
You're cool.
Because you know how you can snap yourself in the arm?
Yeah, you're cool.
When you shoot a bow? Like, that sort of thing, that hurts. That sounds like it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
So, or I've done it. Like, you had to do it in gym class. I don't understand. This is a side note here. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
In gym?
Yeah. Did anyone else, like, your gym class? I had a friend who's now a principal, but he was he used to do, like, teach gym class. And and the kids still do it. They just run you through, like, this weird gauntlet of random things you just for, like, a week. We had, like, when I was in high school or whatever, you just do, like, archery for, like, a week.
What?
Yeah.
Like American Ninja Warrior, just
Like,
having them run
obviously,
through
it
the
wasn't-
obstacle course.
What?
Yeah, but, like, I'm guessing it wasn't, like, sharp bows.
I would hope so.
They were rounded. No, I remember now. They were rounded. But everyone hated it because you couldn't, like, if you pull it back and you're not good at it,
You
it
gonna
will
pop yourself.
Yeah, and you just had red arm. They didn't provide the sleeves for
the
you,
guard.
so you just had red arm. So every time people pull it back, let it fly, and then you just whack your arm. So
Yeah,
that
that's
was
definitely not a thing anymore.
But then it was like a softball, but it'd be like random stuff. Well, do they do dodgeball anymore?
I was
going
going to say, they don't even allow dodgeball. There's
I don't
nowhere
think
they're
they
allowing
allow-
archery with kids anymore.
Dodgeball used to be so fun, man.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah, no,
Dodgeball.
dodgeball was a good time.
Kickball. I got to still be playing kickball.
Kickball, yeah. Kickball, yeah. I mean, come on. That'll
Yeah.
always be a classic.
But there was always just like this. What was it? The floor hockey? That was always fun.
Floor hockey, yeah.
Floor hockey.
But it was
Six
always like these
sticks.
random units. But the worst unit was always, and I think they kind of had to get rid of this, was dancing.
Dancing?
Yeah, you,
I never had that.
I had to
No.
dance, and it's
You had
one
to
thing like
dance.
you do like you did like line dancing was one of it, which was
Oh, no.
not great, but at least that was solo.
Yeah.
So you do like middle school dancing, and you'd have to learn how to do like the foxtrot and like other
What?
and other dances. So you'd have to dance with a middle school girl who's in their gym, and we had gym uniforms. So we're both in our gym uniforms. This is
Dancing?
This is in Webster Middle School in Cedarburg, Wisconsin, in the '90s. And you had these blue shorts, like halfway to your knees before it was cool to be halfway to your knees, and you had this blue shirt on. Girls wearing the exact same thing, and you'd have to like hold their hand and put your hand like on their hip. The amount of sweat in that, like everyone is just sweating
Those
because
palms are
right,
so
you're
sweaty.
so nervous because you're like 10, and then you have to like touch someone of the opposite gender.
You know what? I really feel for those boys.
It was awful. Yeah, it was the worst. I'm
I
sure the
really feel
girls,
for 'em,
we just
man.
know how the boys feel. I'm sure the girls were
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
this
we
is
just
great.
know how they feel,
They're like,
yeah.
oh, great, I got some guy's sweaty handprint on my shirt
man,
now. Yeah.
Man. You're hoping she doesn't lean in too
Right,
close
right,
to
yeah,
you,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
it's the worst.
Yeah, this can get bad real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah, because you got these tiny shorts on. Yeah, it's just. I feel like it was just to mess with people. I feel like for the longest time they would just do things in gym class, just be like, let's just mess with these kids. Let's just make these boys and girls dance. The foxtrot and whatever other ones were out there. What are other type of dances you have to do?
I need to.
Do we have to do like what's the salsa, like a salsa dance sort of thing?
Okay.
So you had to do a couple
We didn't
dances
have to
where
do
like
none of this.
you had to like twirl the girl and bring them back.
Oh, we did none of this.
Yeah, maybe our gym teacher was just
my favorite. Yeah,
jerk.
maybe our gym teacher was just. I don't know.
Hey now.
There's a little something going on with that gym teacher. Yeah, I don't know what type of physical education there is for middle schoolers to be doing ballroom dancing.
I think there's
in their
just
school
randomly they thought
uniforms.
this was like a skill you had to learn.
No way. No
In like the
way.
1960s, I would
No
say. Yeah, I
way.
don't know.
Yeah, no way.
All right, please call in. I guess did you have to take like it was like a 2-week, I guess, was session on dancing? 844-77.
I never had to dance at school unless we had like a school dance. I never had.
Yeah,
to
there's
dance.
there's no dancing nowadays at school
Yeah,
dances.
I've never had to dance
modern
at
day.
school.
It's not a thing.
What happens at school dances then?
We probably don't want to.
We don't know.
It's
That's the thing.
It's not safe for the air.
Well, that's how school dances were throughout the time. Yeah,
Really?
That's true. Yes.
Okay.
What do you
Everybody-
think? People weren't into like
Well, in the
each other?
19, like I said, in the 80s when they weren't even like when what's the movie?
They had pools in the schools.
This man is insulting the 1980s. He's talking about the 80s like it's the 50s.
Yeah. It's not that old.
What's the movie with what's his name? Oh,
80s aren't that old.
Kevin Bacon movie where he wants to dance, but he
Why
can't.
are you acting like that's like a documentary?
I mean, that's the depiction of what the 80s was like. It was Reagan's America. You're conservative.
Go watch Less Than Zero. That was also America.
Haven't heard of that one.
That's an excellent drug movie. Robert Downey Jr. acquired his drug habit while filming Less Than Zero. Probably because he did a lot of it in the movie. I'll tell you that. But yeah, this guy, 80s, 70s was the 60s and 70s was the whole free love era. This is not like you're talking
but
about
not in school.
But do you don't think those people? What do you think when they? I didn't say they were allowed to. You're not allowed to do it now.
Yeah, you're not allowed.
Yeah, I guess
they weren't. The teachers weren't like have at it. They're just they had the same problems I would imagine teachers have now at a high school dance or middle school dance. The same problems they had outside of like the 50s when you had to like have what was it they used to say like I've seen in movies like have the Holy Ghost between you and the person you're dancing with.
Holy Trinity.
So like that would be like that was like the 50s.
Leave room for Jesus.
Maybe the 60s. Yeah, leave room for Jesus would be like another line there.
That's a line.
But like not like
leave room for Jesus.
I am so offended that this guy is somehow conflating the 50s and 60s and the 80s.
Yeah,
okay, all right, fair. Maybe I was
do that, brother.
All right. I
Just
apologize.
rude. Right now, leader in the clubhouse for what sport does Jesse Nelson look like he's really good at? Bowling. Skee ball tie.
Skee ball so bad.
Maybe we could put in the comments there a photo of our athletic operations manager, Jesse Nelson.
We need to do a side by side of him and Bobby Hill.
We've done that in the past.
We need to do it again.
Chris
we need
wants
to do
to see it
right
again.
underneath that pole.
Where is Jesse? He's not.
What do you mean, where's Jesse? It's 5 p.m. He's been home for 4 hours now.
I was going to say he could defend himself.
He can call in.
Oh, man.
Call in, Jesse. Defend your honor.
Do you think what do you think? Fish fry?
He's practicing skee ball, probably in his basement.
He's got a skee ball machine in his basement?
Yeah.
Is he an early dinner guy, you think?
I think he's an early dinner guy.
He's up very early, so yeah, I could see that. He probably goes to bed usually goes to bed a little earlier, I imagine.
I think he's an early dinner guy. I think he's having dinner right now.
That's really early. I'm an early dinner guy because I have kids, so kids eat dinner around 6, or because I get home a little later now. They hold it to like 6:25, but they eat like they haven't been fed all day at 6:25 because it is such a push to get kids.
I have to hold myself. I usually try to stop eating at like 7, no later than like 8.
That's smart. Sure. Yep.
But sometimes I'm like, man, I'm dying.
And then you get that one-track brain on it. You're like, oh man, I gotta eat something. All you're thinking about is
I gotta eat something.
Yeah,
I gotta eat something.
Yeah, I can't sleep. My stomach's growling. It's keeping me up. It's just too much. But I'll tell you what, the holidays are around the corner, and you don't need to be kept up with thoughts of what am I going to get my significant other for Christmas. Just go to Chalmers Jewelers in Madison or in Middleton. They're the best custom place in town. Scott Chalmers travels all over the world to get the best prices for you on his diamonds and all the other emeralds that are involved in the process there. He also has hired amazing jewelers there, so they can take old pieces of jewelry, melt it down, and make something special for you. If it's not necessarily your style, they can add on to existing jewelry. Go to Chalmers Jewelers this holiday season for engagement rings, custom jewelry, and everything in between. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day with the family in a rugged and roomy CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days.
See your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
See dealer for financing details.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Hey, it's Alex Rowe. Football season is officially here, which means you better be doing it right with my friends at Door County Distillery. If you're a whiskey fan, you can't go wrong with the 9-time award-winning single malt whiskey from Door County Distillery. Maybe you like gin. How about that classic green bottle of gin from Door County Distillery? Or maybe it's the cherry brandy to mix up in your old-fashioned. Whatever it is, choose Door County Distillery. Visit their website, doorcountydistillery.com, for the retailer nearest you and all of those unique cocktail recipes. That's doorcountydistillery.com.
Medicine Money Guy Christian Finfrock here. Struggling to understand retirement planning, life insurance policies, or managing your wealth? Listen to my show every Saturday at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN, or call me right now at 208-1800 for a complimentary consultation.
Set your game plan for a new baseball season with a 2024 Brewers 4-pack. Pick from 4 action-packed plan choices, each loaded with can't-miss Brewers games to fit your schedule and the best ticket prices. All available before single-game tickets are sold. Plus, when you buy a pair of 4-packs, you'll get a limited edition Brewers knit hat. Find the right plan for you today at brewers.com/4packs.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
I'm all about the Italian, but the one thing that I don't like, the mortadella, I'm out on mortadella. I'm out of it. I'm out on that. Like, if the sandwich has that on there, like, take it off, or I want nothing to do with the sandwich. It's like in the same lane as mayonnaise for me. It's just, I can't do it. I'm all the way out. I might slap you.
Unsportsmanlike.
Weekdays from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
Join the Prairie Athletic Club this winter and save on your membership for the rest of the year. Hi, this is Sarah Tauscher. Get out of the cold and into the pack with a ton of new equipment. And now, Prairie Athletic Club is offering 3-month winter memberships. This is their best membership special for the remainder of the year. Stop by Prairie Athletic Club today or visit prairieathletic.com to check out all of their membership specials. That's prairieathletic.com. Prairie Athletic Club, family fun community.
There's nothing like a great night's sleep. If your mattress isn't quite right, chances are you're not sleeping as well as you should be. Steinhoffel's exclusive Discover Your Sleep system maps your body and sleeping position, and then finds the perfect mattress for you through science. So, stop in and find your perfect mattress with the Discover Your Sleep system, only at Steinhoffel's. Relax. It's Steinhoffel's.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
To midcourt. Rust has it. Lets it go.
Yeah, Ben won. You got 9.
Let's go. We are 7-point favorites at home against Illinois. 7. Go be the money!
Rutledge and Hamilton continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio, the After Dark edition. Matt Hamilton back Tuesday next week. I don't know. Can't make it back from Canada by Monday, so he'll be back on Tuesday. He'll probably be in for like a day and a half and then be out again. Ben Brust, who's joining us now, might be on the show more than Matt Hamilton over the last few weeks. I'll tell you that, Ben.
If you add crosstalk to it, it might be.
Yeah, I was about to say, I might not be wrong. You might not be lying.
It's pretty close because Matt took a really long vacation right before Thanksgiving and came back for like a day,
is what it is,
and then then he did Thanksgiving, obviously, like everyone did. So, Ben, I have a question for you, and I think you're going to love our Iron Jock poll question here. I forget exactly how we stumbled across this, but we asked the question, what sport does Jesse Nelson look like he's really good at? We have bowling, shuffleboard, skee ball, or bocce ball. What would your vote be there?
Ooh, it's not bowling. I know he's a bowler, but he gets deleted from that just from the fact that the last time I bowled was I kicked his ass and beat him outright. And he bowls all the time, so you can't. I know, even if he looks like one, he doesn't deserve to look like one. Not bocce ball. He's too much of a dork for bocce ball. That's too yuppity. I think is skee ball the one in the arcade?
Yep, and that's the leader in the clubhouse right now at 46% of the votes.
Winner. Yes. That is the absolute winner. I could see him going down a row of 5 skee ball machines and trying to set the record, printing out the tickets and taking home a stuffed animal. It's perfect.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, well, we had to explain what bocce ball was to Chris because he did not know what that one was.
Never heard of that.
Well, you're right.
Yeah.
It's a little too bougie.
2 Americas.
Yeah.
Two Americas.
That's what I said, too. I was not surprised that he had not played bocce ball before. Not big in Texas?
Nah.
I think it's an Italian game.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Bocce? Sounds Italian. Primetime, you a big bocce baller?
I saw it in a movie once. There were some mafia guys playing it in prison. That's how I know. That's how I know it's Italian.
Were they wearing tracksuits?
What?
No, they were wearing prison uniforms.
That's how you know
What
it's Italian.
movie?
Well, no, because the guy was. They mentioned that the guy playing bocce ball was like a mob boss, but he was in prison.
What
Wish
movie?
I had
It actually wasn't a
Italian.
movie. It was a short series on Apple TV. Blackbird.
Now it's starting to feel me.
Blackbird. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
Blackbird.
it's good.
You know, so whatever you saw bocce ball at some point.
Blackbird is good. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember seeing that. I probably just thought they were kicking the ball around or something.
All right, prime time. It's your time to shine. Have at it.
Have at it, brother.
It's not a look-ahead spot for this team. It's a bounce-back spot for this team.
Look at me. Your money. You know what else? You're a big winner tonight.
I saw some absolute snacks in the NFL.
You better lock it up.
I'm pounding the over on that.
No, you lock it up. You lock it up.
This is how I win.
What's your lock of the week?
Yeah, guys, time for our locks of the week here on Rutledge and Hamilton. Now, last week, good week for Jim and Matt, who maybe isn't on the show today, but had some locks last week. Matt had the over in the San Francisco Seattle game on Thanksgiving, 43.5. That hit. And then Jim also had the Badgers covering 2.5 points against Minnesota, brought back the axe, 28-14, easy cover. And then Ben and Chris also both got their locks of the week. Ben correctly predicting that the Dolphins would cover 10 points against the Jets on Black Friday. Chris with another good pick, 20-10, the Ravens beat the Chargers, easily covered the 3.5 points. But Chris and Ben did not have faith in our guy Tim Boyle. No, Tim Boyle hit the over on 150.5 passing yards in that Black Friday game. He actually went into the final drive of that game at 138 passing yards.
Wow.
Got 38 passing yards in the final drive in garbage time. Though the Jets also got stopped in the red zone and turned the ball over on down. So, you know what kind of day it was for Tim Boyle. Maybe it could be a better day this week for Ben and Chris Orr. So, I'll start with you, Ben. What is your lock of the week this week?
All right, I'm going to keep it local, but actually, this is the best you've ever done, and it still wasn't great.
Thank you.
So, I was thinking of an idea, 'cause the intro to the segment with the I Just Got Paid song, and then, this lock of the week thing is really well done. And I know you're behind-the-scenes guy. I almost feel like we need to treat, primetime like Bumblebee and Transformers, where
Yep.
he just can't. He himself can't speak. He has to use other things to speak for.
We've toyed with the idea of just having a big voice guy do it. Maybe we could just have an auto tune that you could speak all of this into auto tune and then play it.
Just I just have to regurgitate radio sounds. That's
No,
all
you would ahead of time speak everything into auto tune and then play it back instead of doing it live.
You know, I'm more insulted right now than Jesse
Sooner or
Nelson.
later, we're gonna have AI robots doing your job.
Yeah.
If you don't step it up.
Okay. Well, you know what, Ben? Why don't you step up and give us your lock of the week?
Oh.
Under 43 points. Spagnola's defense, I think, is going to be a tricky test for the Green Bay Packers. Plus, the Chiefs offensively have been so sporadic. Congratulations for finally putting up points against the Vegas team that was going to eventually come down from their emotional high. They don't have a consistent playmaker outside of Travis Kelce. They don't really have a great run game. Packers can make anybody look like they have a great run game. But that being said, Packers before the Lions game, scoring 20 was a chore. And so I'm going to stick with the under 43.
Show me the money!
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. The only concern, you got Matt Nagy calling plays there, or at least involved in calling plays, which also hurts the Chiefs. So I like that. I like that pick, and obviously Joe Barry's defense. Chris, what do you got?
My pick is the Pac-12 championship game tonight. Oregon is favored by 9.5, and I think Washington is going to cover. I don't have no idea who's going to win, but I know Washington is covering. To have them favored by that much, I think is ridiculous. These are both two top 5 programs. It's not like Michigan and Iowa. Like, come on.
Oh my gosh, I
come
cannot
on
wait
now.
to get to my phone as soon as I park and bet Oregon just by the way he described that. That was like why Vegas exists. Like
9.5?
3 versus 5. How is it 9.5?
Bro, that's too far.
That's why
That's too
Vegas
much.
has life.
All right.
Vegas
Hey,
knows
go ahead.
this.
Hey, you're going to lose some money, brother. That's all I'm
I
gonna say.
faded you before, and it's worked.
Prime time, I think I know the answer to this. Have you reached out to Matt Hamilton to get his lock of the week so he's
I
involved?
have gotten Matt Hamilton's
Oh my
lock of
God.
the week.
Whoa.
Whoa. Look, somebody doing their job. What do you know?
Wow.
Anyways,
I'm
don't see
actually
that often
shocked.
around here. But Matt Hamilton did give me his lock. He has the Chargers -5.5 against the New England Patriots this week.
Okay, that's not a bad one. I don't love it because the Chargers are so inconsistent, and their
I don't love
coach
it either.
is got to be one of the biggest dorks out there right now.
But it's against McCorkle Jones, or actually Bailey Zappi, or Malik Cunningham. Who knows who's playing quarterback for
No,
the
I'll give you
Patriots?
that. I just think the Chargers are fully capable of making one of those guys look capable.
Oh, for sure.
True.
I'm going to go with the Rams -4 against the Browns. Joe Flacco is playing quarterback.
Joe Flacco.
And Joe Flacco hasn't been good in at least a decade.
Yeah, Joe.
I know the Browns have a really good defense, but also I feel like the Rams have been undervalued because they got Stafford back.
Yep.
And I think, look, they win this, they're going to be right in the playoff hunt, probably tied with the Packers or they'll be in front of the Packers as far as overall record, currently tied with the Packers. But when the Packers lose to the Chiefs
not unless
and
the Packers
then
win.
the Rams beat the Browns, Packers playoff percentages will just drop dramatically. Ben, I wanted to ask you this. I think these playoff percentage things are insane because I remember before the Packers beat Detroit, they said if the Packers beat Detroit and Kansas City, they'll have a 91% chance of making the playoffs. But now, if they beat Kansas City, it's a 67% chance of making the playoffs, but then a 37% chance of making the playoffs if they lose to the Chiefs. Like, we need to stop with these numbers this far out. There's so many variables that these numbers are just a fugazi. It's all just made up things to get us to talk about it because there's too many variables for these numbers to carry any real weight. Do you agree with me on that, or is it just good fodder?
I mean, you're spot on. I mean, it's a bunch of jargon. There's so many weeks left in the season and so many teams that play each other that have an impact on each other's schedules and their playoff chances. It's ridiculous. But, I mean, if the playoff numbers work in the favor of whatever I'm trying to do on the show, I'm like, 49% chance, you know? Even though I don't even know why it's a 49% chance because I don't think they know why it's a 49% chance.
No, yeah, nobody does.
Take that for data.
All right, you
All
got
right.
your extra pick there. I almost
All
sent
right.
Ben away for the weekend, but go ahead, do your other pick.
Jim sounds so excited about this because it is the
My favorite part.
It is the prime time prop of the week, and if you thought there were a
Oh,
lot
he's
of
got some
numbers,
alliteration going
if
on
you
here.
thought
We've
there
been
were a lot
talking
of
Tauscher.
variables just coming at you now, Jim, get ready for all these words.
If it has to do with the in-season tournament, I'm going to go back
It
there
has
and fight
nothing
you.
to do with basketball. It has to do with the primest of time games of this week, which we all know is the Big Ten championship game. The Iowa Hawkeyes taking on Michigan.
You are ruining the segment.
Let's go, Iowa.
Look, it's the best game of the week,
primest of
man.
prime games is the 325 Niners-Eagles.
Yeah. Well, in college, you know what? I'm
or
a college
Bama,
guy.
Georgia. I don't want to talk about a game where my eyes are going to bleed for touchdowns.
Well, they won't need to bleed for long, only for the first half, Ben, because I want to know, guys, Iowa, their team total over-under for the first half of this game, how many points they're predicted to score in the first half is 0.5. As of right now, Vegas does not think Iowa will score a point in the first half.
Oh, they're scoring in the first
So
half.
I ask you, over-under 0.5 points in the first half for Iowa. Chris,
Over.
you taking the over?
Over. This championship game, they're going to come out with something. They're going to score. They're going to score. The end of the first quarter.
God, if they don't score on their first drive, I don't like their
It might not
chances.
be it might not even be a touchdown, but like end of the first quarter is going to look something like, because I think like Michigan also isn't like a super explosive offense, but they are going to try to whoop them. They need to whoop them.
Yep.
It'll be good for them to whoop them. But the end of the first quarter might be like 14-6.
14-2?
Yeah, it might be.
Because that's what's great. All they need is like a safety.
Oh,
They
yeah,
could get a
yeah.
field goal, and this hits to the over.
Yeah. I won't be shy. It's a championship game. They're going to run a trick play or something.
I'll go over. It'll probably be like a field goal.
Yeah, they're going to get
But
something.
I think they might lose by like 25 to 30.
Oh, for sure.
That's
Deacon
fair.
Hill is horrendous, and he just hasn't faced anyone good enough to expose how awful he is.
Yeah, and I don't think this is an Iowa defense that's good enough to. They got the numbers. The numbers back them, yes, but the product on film is not the Iowa defense
and the
that'll
offense is
win
going to
you
put
a
them in
Big Ten
bad
championship
positions.
game. Yeah.
Ben, what do you think?
I'm going to go with you guys. I mean, and my reasoning is so different. Like, I just think football week by week, like, all it takes is one, like, turnover at the wrong zone and they're in field goal range. Like, I'm not even saying offensively. Like, their special teams is good. Can they flip the field, get a stop, get a 15-yard run, and kick a field goal? You know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm landing, over 0.5. And it's not even because of their offense, just because of the luck of football.
Yeah, they got a hell of a punter, like good field
Torrey
position.
Taylor.
Yeah, they could just luck into something.
You're welcomes.
All right, Ben, enjoy your weekend.
Hey, thanks, boys. It's always a pleasure.
All right, got to get Ben Bruss twice today on Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Tired of power outages disrupting your life? Make them a thing of the past by getting a Generac home standby generator from Adams Generators. Adams Generators is the largest and #1 rated Generac dealer in Wisconsin. With 24/7 emergency support, our factory-trained technicians are standing by to assist you. Visit adamspower.com/generators to make sure your power always stays on. That's adamspower.com/generators.
Ben Bruss to tell you about one of my favorite teams in the area, Zimbrick European. For over 3 years, I've trusted them with my car buying process, and I'm never going anywhere else. From Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, their pre-owned and Sprinter vans, they have something for everyone. Don't drive something ordinary when you can drive something extraordinary. I love the sexiest car on the lot that I found this time, a nice Zimbrick Mercedes. Find what you love. Test drive, and they will make leasing affordable. Zimbrick European.
I was rolling my rig on a Crescent City run with my hands on the wheel looking into the sun. With a flash, I became temporarily blind by a plate glass truck I was tailing behind. Next thing I know, I'm in the side of a ditch with a bent rear wheel and a broken off hitch. But I was hauling again in just a short while, 'cause Truck Star Collision is on my speed dial.
Do you operate a fleet, whether it's heavy-duty 18-wheelers or medium-duty delivery vans? And does vehicle downtime make you cringe? Time is money, and a fleet vehicle on the sideline hurts, because you need your fleet to be up and running 100% of the time. If one of your heavy or medium-duty fleet vehicles is out of commission, Truck Star Collision Center in Deerfield will get it back on the road quickly. Since Truck Star is a full-service facility, the complete repair is done in-house, saving you time and money. And remember, they're able to repair both heavy and medium-duty vehicles. Truck Star Collision Center, minutes off I-94 in Deerfield. Call 888-400-1002 or log on to truckstarcollision.com.
After every Green Bay game, there's only one place to react.
We saw a lot of really positive growth in a loss today.
Do you think it's crazy to call this almost the best I've felt about Jordan Love coming out of a game?
Join Gabe Neitzel, Homer, and Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher on Green Bay Game Night. Your one-stop shop for analysis, insight, and maybe even overreaction.
There's improvement, and take another loss, and then you move on and see how they do next week.
Green Bay Game Night, every week on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do, do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Hey Wisconsin, let's make this winter the season of safe driving. With the snowy weather setting in, the Wisconsin DOT reminds you to be safe on the roads. Plan extra travel time. Be mindful of your speed. Check 511wi.gov to know before you go. And please slow down and drive with caution whenever you see a plow at work. Plow drivers work hard to keep us all safe, so let's return the favor. Safe drivers make for safer roads. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
Things are falling down on me, heavy things I could not see. When I finally came around, something small would pin me down.
Fish Friday continues here on Rutledge and or Hamilton. He's Chris Orr. I am Jim Rutledge. You can get into the show by calling in 844-770-3776. We asked you, what sport does Jesse Nelson look like he's really good at? And right now, the leader in the clubhouse is skee ball at 37%. We also asked a Iron Jock poll question a little bit earlier in the show, which was, what sport do you enjoy watching the most while knowing the least about it? And despite Matt Hamilton's efforts to make curling number one, volleyball is in the lead, followed by curling and then lacrosse. Car racing, I don't enjoy it. I'm not going to watch it.
I feel like volleyball, off of that list, is the sport that we know the most about, though.
That is true. But
In Wisconsin.
What I say about it, though, is that I don't know the strategy of it. I know the rules of it. Curling, I don't really know the strategy. I have a general idea of the rules, but I know more of the rules from volleyball than I do curling. Yeah. And then what was the other one on that list there? Not car racing, but
lacrosse.
Lacrosse. I know nothing about lacrosse.
I know absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all about lacrosse. I don't know anything about lacrosse.
Get into the show, 844-770-3776. It's Friday, so you know what that means.
Pole dancing time.
We asked, and you answered. What? Coming to the stage, it's pole dancing on Rutledge and Hamilton.
Hey now.
Presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Oh, yeah, guys. Time for pole dancing here on Rutledge and Hamilton After Dark. So I'm going to go back pretty far this week. Now, here on pole dancing, we review the polls around ESPN Wisconsin, and we review them, see where we would land on them, and we see what the fans said. So the first one I'll bring up, last Saturday's ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day. Chris, you were on that show, and you guys asked, how would you grade this Badgers season as a whole? 3% said A, 25% saying B, 63% say C, 9% saying D or F. What do you guys think?
I think when we were on, I think I gave it a C-, which I'm pretty happy with still. And when I say that, I don't think it's necessarily like the wins and losses that we've had. I think it was the way that we lost. Of course, some of the teams that we did lose to, inconsistencies. But we started to turn around towards the end of the season. I think it's passable because you get the axe back. You're going to a bowl game. I think you can move it up to maybe a C+ with a bowl win, and maybe a B if it's like a crazy big time win. B-, I guess. But yeah, I C- for sure.
Jim?
I have them around a C+, and it's mainly because I think the way the season ended in the bowl game, I think, will be part of that. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to see that we just had outsourced expectations. And, of course, the coaching staff put that out there. I think maybe they had a few miscalculations with the team. One of it was maybe talent to what this team could execute, but also, Chris, you brought it up, that maybe they didn't realize this team was as externally motivated as they were, that I think the coaches thought we can hype it up and be confident and project confidence and try to speak excellence into existence. But these kids also knew that adversity will come, and if you lose, you'll be able to bounce back from it, and that wasn't the case. So I think they had to adjust. Not only, I think they miscalculated the personnel, but also the persons on this roster.
Ooh, he cooking.
Bars from Jim Rutledge. All right, guys, we've been talking about the Packers' playoff odds, the playoff calculators, the stats, the data. So Kyle Bruston Northman also asked on Monday, will the Packers make the playoffs at 9-8 as a final record? 61% saying yes, that just gets them in. 39% saying no, that would just miss. What do you guys think?
I think they'd miss.
Miss at 9-8?
They could. I mean, they could. Isn't that how the Lions finished last year?
Yes, and they did just miss because they lost the
And they
tiebreaker
missed.
to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Seahawks
the
were also
tiebreaker.
9-8.
See, the tiebreakers
Yes.
is the part that's interesting to me. I don't know how that's going to shake out for the Packers because I think they're going to finish 8-9 and miss the playoffs. But in this specific scenario, I would say that 9-8. I think they'd still miss it, depending on because I'm really going to go with now. Seattle's got a tough schedule, but they gave Dallas all that they wanted.
Yeah.
I think Seattle is a better football team, and so I think that they will get in. And I think Minnesota, look, they might go back to Nick Mullins. Their quarterback situation isn't perfect, but I do think
They're a
that
good team, too.
they can go out and win enough games, and including beating the Packers. I think they will beat the Packers, and I think that will be the Packers, and that'll probably be the tiebreaker that ends them.
That would send them out. Okay. All right, we'll stick with Kyle Brust and Norman here. This is a poll from Wednesday. Not sure how this came up, but is it appropriate to heat up fish in a microwave for lunch in an office setting?
God. No.
20% saying yes, 80% saying no. Disgusting.
You can't do that.
No,
It's just
you
rude.
can't do that. You can't do that. And that 20% out there that voted on that,
yeah,
you all should.
Also-
you all need to burn your tongues.
Also, it is really like heating up fish is just gross.
That's what I'm saying. Fish, like the next day, is not. It doesn't hit for real.
Right, but if you wanted to eat the next day, like just have it cold.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You can eat it cold.
Yeah, whatever it is, like
especially fish. Yeah, you can eat fish cold.
Yeah,
you can eat fish cold.
That's the part. Like,
Throw it
it's
on
just,
some rice.
Yeah,
it's
throw
just
it
one
on
of those
rice,
things.
throw it
Like
on salad.
There's other food out like mac and cheese. You don't want to reheat. I could eat mac and like but I'd eat it cold
reheating
the next day. I don't want to reheat mac and cheese. It's just
Wait, you eat it cold?
yeah, I'll just eat it cold.
I'm not
next
eating
day.
Mac and cheese cold?
Yeah, absolutely. Not like I prefer it fresh, but like last night I got home, so it was maybe like lukewarm. But everyone else, I
mean,
take
you
my
could,
daughter
yeah.
right to gymnastics.
Yeah,
So when I got
that's
home, I had it, and my wife's like, "Aren't you gonna warm it up?" I'm like, "I'm gonna like it less if I warm it up as opposed to just eating it kind of like a lukewarm."
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Because
Well,
you heat it up and then like basically I don't like reheated noodles. Like they
Yeah.
and that's really it. It's the texture of the noodle. I think just goes completely out the window.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I can see that.
Also, just real quick on the Vikings thing, I want to go back to why do I think the Packers are going to lose to the Vikings? It's because Brian Flores is an excellent defensive coordinator,
Yes.
and I think he will continue to give fits to Jordan Love because, and I think this is the one thing, I just want to make this prediction. I think the Chiefs are going to throw a lot of zone at him, that he is 15 touchdowns, 0 interceptions against man-to-man. But that means his rest of his numbers are trash against zone because all of his interceptions are against zone.
Hey, the receivers are getting better. They're learning how to find those spots in the zone.
It's him misreading.
Not always. No, his receivers weren't always finding those spots for him. There
He's
wasn't
also
anything
misreading.
open. There he is. It's both.
But here's
come on. We can't act like it's not on other guys on the team.
But here's the thing: young quarterbacks who are not, developing and maybe not adept at reading defenses. The man-to-man is great. Like Mitch Trubisky crushed man-to-man. Jay Cutler crushed man-to-man.
Yeah.
Like that's the red flag to me that I watched and I said, Bears quarterbacks. That's why the Packers always crushed them. As soon as the Packers started throwing some zone. But here's what the Vikings do: they go blitz and then they drop back. Like they're so tricky of like we'll blitz everyone and then next thing we got 9 guys back there.
Yep.
And to being able to recognize that with Flores' defense is tough. I love his defense.
Yeah, I love Flores' defenses too.
Well, they'll have a good test this Sunday as they take on the Chiefs at Lambeau Field. So Jen Latta of Jen Game and Chewy said she wouldn't be shocked if the Packers beat the Chiefs on Sunday night. They asked if she was insane. 39% of fans said yes, she is insane. 61% said no, Packers can win. What do you guys think?
I mean, you can. I think, it's always any.
So you wouldn't be
Sunday.
shocked if the Packers won.
It's at home. It's not super warm. The Chiefs haven't been playing great.
Yeah.
Like this is not like
it's not college.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the NFL is not college. The games are more even than people think. Even though, some teams are just clicking better, or you have somebody we just can't block or whatever the case is.
I think so. If the Chiefs win this game, it's going to be because their running backs went off.
Yes,
Pacheco.
Yes, him specifically. And I don't think this Chiefs offense is functioning at a high clip, and I do think this Packers defense is at least good. And I think the Chiefs defense will keep the Packers in check. But look at that Lions game. I mean, the Lions came out expecting the Packers from earlier in the year, a soft team they pushed around. By the time they realized that wasn't the case, the game was over.
Yeah.
So that's.
They had
That
to
could
pull out
happen.
all the tricks, and they set them up on bad short fields. Yeah.
Yeah, this game is going to come down to whose defense makes a play. Whose defense makes a play first, I think, changes the tide of this game. Because Kansas City doesn't have, crazy weapons. Nobody's really coming to their own yet. Besides, they have Kelsey, but Kelsey isn't somebody that you're like, I'm going to just throw him the ball at the 40 and he'll take it the rest of the way. They don't have anybody like that.
I think this could be a big Kelsey game.
It could
for
be.
sure.
Just from also, I was watching. I watched the Heights
Unfortunately.
podcast, and he was kind of chastising himself. He said, "I need to stop running my own routes, trying to play hero ball. I just need to run the routes that Patrick knows I'm running." So I think he's going to get a little bit back to basics. I think Chiefs will get back to basics. I think you see a lot of runs and a lot of throws and things to scheme Kelsey open for him to make some big plays.
Yeah, and the Packers don't really have a good fit guy on defense to
And you know
cover
what?
him too.
I know
Devondre
Packer fans
Campbell, maybe,
hate this guy, but I think catches are concentration, and one guy's going to be locked in, and that's MVS.
Oh, yeah. No, this is revenge.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He could have a big game. It's him. I mean, this would be a
I
big
forgot.
game, big legacy
I
game.
forgot about it.
Yeah, I didn't think of that much either. All right.
Yeah.
There's another big game this weekend, though, guys. In the Homer Hour, asking who wins on Saturday, Marquette or Wisconsin? 76% saying Marquette, 24% saying Wisconsin. What do you guys think?
UW.
I don't think.
Badgers?
Yeah. I know Marquette's supposed to. Man, listen,
Number 3
I
in the
know that.
country.
I know that. They on upset alert.
Okay. Christopher putting them
They're
on
on
upset
upset
alert. Jim?
No. Wisconsin's not. Like, they're like Big Ten good.
Oh. Come on. In-state rivalry. You get up for this game.
Get up all you want. Marquette gets up higher. They jump higher. They're faster. They're better at basketball. Shaka Smart's a better coach.
Fair. All fair points.
All you want.
All right, guys. Last one I'll ask you is another one from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Do you see the Badgers making the expanded college football playoff within the next 3 seasons? 39% saying yes, in Fickle we trust. 61% saying no, Big Ten is too strong. What do you guys think?
I mean, if we're getting what we paid for, yes. This is why we hired Coach Fickle.
Yeah.
I think this is why you hired Coach Fickle. I don't think it's unrealistic to ask for. I don't know though. I really don't know.
I think they'll be
so tough.
They'll be in the conversation.
We're so young. We're gonna be so young.
Yeah.
We got so many young guys coming in at key spots that you're I have no idea.
You got to click the portal. Oh, by the way,
portal nowadays,
you and I are on the same page here. Badgers got to find the money. Cam Ward is in the portal. Pay that man his money. I think
he's going to Texas A&M though. Everybody's thinking
I've
Ohio
seen
State.
Oregon. I've seen Oregon up there too.
I'm telling you, I think he's going to Texas A&M.
But if you can't beat him, join him.
Texas kid.
But he did beat him. But he beat him twice, Jim.
That's what I'm saying. You can't beat him.
Oh, they can't beat
we
him.
can't.
We can't beat him.
Yes.
So have him join us.
Yes.
Yeah. The thing is, this is the thing. And I'm so glad Coach Rule came out and said it because a lot of people think like, oh, just get in the portal, just get in the portal. It's like, bro, a lot of people in the portal are actually not good players.
Yeah.
Number one. A lot of people in the portal are like, he's not better than what we have. 2, the people that are good in the portal, like, go and start donating to the program then. Like, if you think the Wisconsin way that, like, I'm not saying this, like, to critique. I'm just, like, I got air quotes going, people that are listening. The Wisconsin way of, like, hey, we just all take care of each other, all of that. Like, if we stick to that, then Wisconsin football is going to hurt because of it.
I agree.
And that means the entire athletic department.
Let's talk about the portal on the other side. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Jim Rutledge here. You heard me talk about them for years. I have my big blue truck from Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. It is a Silverado. If you're in the market for a new or new to you Chevy Silverado or Colorado, I recommend Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Go see my guy Dan out there. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Circus Sports is now available at American Place. Bet on your favorite Milwaukee and Wisconsin teams, from Wisconsin football and basketball to all the Milwaukee basketball action, as well as more games nationwide. The Circus Sportsbook at American Place has 36 TVs, so you won't miss any of the action. And it's just 30 minutes from Kenosha and 45 minutes from Racine. For more information and to find out about their events, go to circusports.com. All Circus Sports bets must be placed in Illinois. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text GAMB to 833-234.
Dash the Dane. That's right, Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company has expanded their delivery offerings with DoorDash. New customers get $5 off your first order of $25 or more. And don't forget, Dash Pass subscribers always receive free delivery. Order delivery today at GreatDanePub.com or on the DoorDash app and get food delivered from the Great Dane closest to you. Downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994.
Madison athletes seeking elite training need to get started today at Total Athlete Performance. TAP is here to serve and educate the serious athlete with speed, agility, and semi-private training options. Sessions are now available in both Windsor and the new TAP facility inside the Verona Athletic Center. Also access remote training plans anytime, anywhere with the Total Athlete Performance app. Visit tapwisconsin.com for sign-up info, including monthly payment options. That's tapwisconsin.com.
Listen to Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin on 100.5 ESPN.
I'll tell you what, I had pear on a pizza last night. Pear on a pizza, who would have thought? Pretty good. Pear.
What?
Yeah. It was pretty doggone good.
Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by Grassland Dairy, Hallman Lindsay Paints, Coors Light, Made to Chill, and American Family Insurance.
Relive good times with family and friends this holiday season with a refreshing case of Miller High Life. With over 100 years of history, Miller High Life is an iconic brand that represents what American lagers are meant to be. At 4.6% alcohol by volume, High Life is crisp with a slight sweetness and the perfect balance of bitterness, making it the true champagne of beers. Celebrate high times this holiday season with Miller High Life. Enjoy responsibly.
Back in the High Life again for the month of December. Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday for your chance to win a case of Miller High Life, an iconic brand. It's crisp, slightly sweet, and delicious. It's the High Life time of the year. Enjoy your family and friends and enjoy the High Life with the champagne of beers, Miller High Life. Make sure to listen to Rutledge and Hamilton for your chance to win a case of Miller High Life, the champagne of beers, this month.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
They dance above me as I sing. I see them through a crystal haze. And hear their sweet sound bouncing around.
The core record costs $1 million to $2 million, $2 million right now. So just on the same page, right? So let's make sure we all understand what's happening. You know, there's some teams that have $6 or $7 million players playing for them. So, is that?
It is Rutledge and/or Hamilton live from the Everlight Solar Studio. You can get into the show by calling in 844-770-3776. And I wanted to talk, Chris, a little bit about Badgers in the portal. They lost another player in the portal. Primetime, who'd they lose? It's a big loss.
Ross Gangler.
Ross Gangler, yeah.
The gangster.
And again, I'm not trying to like rip him, but I honestly almost sort of switched the question of how many starters would you raise a red flag for the Badgers to lose?
Yeah, it's the starters. And I don't think, like, this is the time where you shouldn't see starters yet. It's going to pick up, but, like, I think the starters that you see in the portal is usually, like, all those quarterbacks that you were like, okay, like, yeah, bro, I'm not going to tell you not to go take the $2 million.
But
Coach
it's also
Rule's
like
talking.
quarterback's always the biggest outlier in all this is one quarterback that plays.
Yeah.
Like if you're a running back, Ches Malusi, it's funny people think, and I guess, Chris, I'll ask you this one. Some people keep on thinking, oh, Ches Malusi's going to the portal. He wasn't on there on senior day. He's going to be upset. I'm like, he wasn't on there on senior day because they're going to bring him back.
Yeah, that doesn't, just because you're not honored on senior day doesn't necessarily mean that. And he broke his leg. Like, it could have been like, yeah, bro, like, I don't know
I don't want to wheel around the field. Like,
Right, that could have been it too,
Who
yes.
wants to do that?
Right,
Who wants
yeah.
my last memory in this stadium is me as a battered man scooting around the field? Like, it could have been that.
And the Badgers would happily just bring him back the next season.
Yeah, and they would bring him back. I don't see him jumping into the portal. Like, yeah.
I think the staff likes him, and I think
Also, we're putting too much stock into this portal.
Right, because also he's injured portal to where, and
Right,
so I think if he wants to,
Exactly.
and hopefully the portal comes down, because honestly the transfer portal reminds me a little bit of, and I'm happy it exists, but it reminds me a little bit of the NBA when they removed the age restriction to go pro, and you had all these kids, because the NCAA were jerks about it, so it's like, hey, if you hire an agent, go, or even if you just get drafted or enter the draft, you can't come play college ball.
You can't.
So they just spited those kids, which was awful. So then these kids would go pro and do nothing.
I wish they had that in for football, because you know how I want to say it's basketball where you can essentially declare and like it didn't happen.
Yeah. Well,
I'm coming back to school.
Well, because basketball is only 2 rounds, and so
that's true.
and really it's 1 round that you're getting any real guaranteed money into.
That's true.
And so I agree. Now the NFL, they do something now where you're at least allowed to like talk to, I don't know if it's agents, but like draft nicks, or they give you info.
It's not. Trust me, it's not. It's not what you think it is.
Okay.
I'll tell you, this is what people are saying. Like, oh, I'm waiting for my grade. Like, this is the grade that they give you. That's if you're actually getting it from the NFL, not Mel Kiper.
Yep.
They'll say day 1, day 2, go back to school. They don't even tell you around. Well, everybody knows day 1 is just the first round, but they'll say day 1, day 2, go back to school. That's your grade.
Yeah.
That is the grade you get. So it's not like you'd be like, oh, like, I think they think I'm a 4th rounder, or maybe if I test well, I can get into the 3rd. But at least I know. At least I know if I got a 3rd or something grade,
I'm gonna throw
coming in.
I'm gonna throw some names at you to the NBA point, and you tell me if you know who these people are. Nudai Embi.
No.
He was a 26th overall pick in 2023, straight from high school to the pros.
What?
Played 2 seasons in Minnesota out. Corleone Young.
No.
Okay. He's straight from high school to the pros, 40th pick and the 2nd round pick there. And out of Detroit is where he went to play. He was picked between Skip to Mylou, Rafer Alston, and Katina Mobley. Both guys played in the NBA, but this high school kid picked, nothing happened. Leon Smith.
Nope.
29th pick, 1999 draft, straight from high school to the NBA. Nothing. Martell Webster.
Nope.
Now, he played 10 seasons in the NBA, but he was the 6th overall pick. 5-star high school recruit, averaged 8 points a game in the NBA. Now, these names you will remember, but still probably may have been better if they played a little bit of high school ball. Eddie Curry.
No.
He was from Illinois. He played for the Bulls. Big man, played for the Bulls and the Knicks. Would have been early 2000s.
No idea. Irrelevant.
Darius
Early 2000s,
Miles.
They're gonna have to be somewhere down south.
Darius Miles.
Nope.
He played for the Mavs for a little bit though. He
for
played in the league for a long time.
He
played in the league till like 2010.
Fun fact about Chris Orr.
Yeah.
I was a bigger Spurs fan than Mavs fan.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
DeSago.
I used to love Manu Ginobili.
Diop.
Oh.
No clue.
Another high school kid that just busted out. Jonathan Bender. Another first-round pick, high school kid, busted out. Robert Swift might be the all-timer. And he was 7'1", a twig, and scored 4 points, 4 rebounds a game. Always injured.
7'1", you was going to get drafted.
Yeah.
Back then, at least.
Kwame Brown was the biggest bust.
Kwame Brown.
Poor Kwame Brown. I feel like Jordan just
They said
destroyed
Kwame
him.
Brown still be like going to Hawk games and stuff.
Kwame Brown, I feel like is still like could be old.
He's
like,
fighting with
I think
Stephen
they
A.
still
Smith online.
Didn't they were still paying him for something like that?
Probably. He's
Yeah.
41. Like he's how old is LeBron? 40?
Close. Yeah, 38, I want to say.
Yeah. So I mean, like Kwame,
He's got
could have still been playing.
Oh, he's probably. That's why they be hating on LeBron.
Who's that?
Just the old heads. Period.
Don't do this again.
No. I'm not trying to turn it into a debate. You know, everybody out there has to acknowledge this man gets hated on for no reason. We can acknowledge that.
LeBron?
Yeah.
I actually don't think about him anymore.
I don't know how. You know what gets me is when some people call him a B word. I've never understood it. I've never understood it. And I'll say they'll be like, why? I'll be like, why? They'll be like, he be flopping and
Rutledge
stuff.
and Hamilton After Dark with Chris Orr here.
They'll be like he flops. I'm like, it's almost part of the game now, bro.
Now
he can't get a foul if he don't move.
I wouldn't call him that word because he's very strong and very
exactly. It's people that would cry if they saw him.
He's always been known even before the game. Now he flops. Now you can say that's part of the game.
It's part of the game. Like even before, early in his career, he's complaining about not getting his calls because he wasn't flopping. And they'll be like, I'm telling you, refs it's the same thing with NFL quarterbacks. Cam Newton doesn't get a rough in the passer because you're 6'6", 240. And it's like, come on, bro.
Dude, tell me about it. Justin Fields. Crush left and right.
Because
he runs, they're like, oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back at it on Monday. This has been Rutledge and or Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on Twitter.